Well, good morrow, and hello. Welcome back to Blades in the Dark. It has indeed been quite some time, but we join our crew back in the school. It's been a little while, not too long. We're still trying to get our degree, dealing with Aaron Watt and the teacher. So, wherever you guys want to start is up to you.
We probably want to hunt down where he thinks the eyes are coming from.
I mean, we did give him a spirit charm in case it's a ghost, so I guess we can find out if that worked.
I would say after he kind of spends a little bit of time with said spirit charm, he definitely feels as if he's still being followed. I would say probably who would be keeping up with him? Just Kim?
Primarily me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be buddy up with him.
But during your time here, Kim, you're still going to class, sharing various classes with him. Ogre's still doing his thing. Desmond's still doing his thing. And you're kind of hopping around classes, doing as you will, but he still believes he's being followed, maybe not as severely.
All right, I want to tell him where and when he's feeling the eyes on him. And I might want to stick extra close for a couple days so that he can, I don't know, whisper or nudge me when he feels them.
Sure. He'll let you know that he feels like he's being watched in class and also when he goes home, but not all the time. Usually when he's out and about walking around town.
Like certain days when certain people might be available?
He's not keeping track of the days. It's mostly random, we'll say. So maybe like a Monday, then the next week a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and then the next week just Thursday. Like that.
I will ask him. Does his dad ever put bodyguards on him?
It was probably requested, but he's not really bringing this up with his family.
Not before he was being watched. Does his dad, just matter of fact, your rich kid's son, put bodyguards on him?
Probably requested before, but because Aaron doesn't want to stick out, no. And if he did, he probably requested to not do that so he doesn't stand out too much. There are plenty of rich kids here, so it's most likely expected it's not needed. Generally, this area of town is a little safer.
And we probably don't want to mention it to Roland at all, even just ask if he's put bodyguards on him, because then he'll wonder why we're asking.
I mean, we are here to help him with Aaron, and I think we already succeeded in that part, didn't we?
Mostly, yeah. He's trying to focus as much as he possibly can. You guys said whatever's troubling him, you'll try to figure it out, basically. And like I mentioned, after a few weeks, he still feels like he's being bothered, but he's trusting you, Kim, to handle whatever it may be. So he basically reported back to you saying, I think there's still people there in the darkness, but I don't know. And no one's approached me. So I don't know if it's a warning, if it's something else. He's not sure.
I mean, I guess you could take Aaron out for I don't know, to someplace less safe.
Oh, and see if he gets followed?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
But also a terrible idea.
No, we can follow further behind.
Yeah, we're going to have to plan it properly.
Sure, so you want to plan on basically luring them out?
Yeah.
Desmond is going to make a mental note of anyone in the class or on campus to familiarize himself in case he sees anyone that he's seen there before, basically.
That works.
Maybe it's faculty, maybe it's another student.
I'm going to ask Aaron if there's anything more scandalous he wanted to do. Something on the down low a rich boy might not have easy access to normally. You know, maybe something illegal.
Where are you asking him this?
Private, of course. Maybe I'll just whisper it during lunch.
I say it matters a little bit. Are you like asking him outside of
the bathroom? Obviously.
Yeah, but to say, are you bringing him somewhere weird? Is this on school campus, off school campus? Like, where are you doing this?
No, it'll be on school campus.
Okay.
Are rumors going to get started?
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're dragging him to like a dark alley and like, hey, you want to do something illegal? It's like,
no. It's a curious question. I will present it as a curious question.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna say, is there anything you wanted to do outside these pretty bars of your birdcage you've been trapped in?
We'll say he mentioned something about the class that Ogre teaches, how he sometimes goes off on weird tangents, but he likes them. Just because it reveals the underbelly of this world and things that are going on. He finds what his dad does, it's boring, and his dad wants him to kind of, take over the family business and whatnot. It's just tariffs and signing shit and blah, 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 blah. It's boring. He doesn't care how much money it makes him. He's not really interested in making absurd amounts of cash. He's currently at the age where he's just intrigued. He wants to see things.
I will attempt to stifle a sigh. To be rich.
Let's take him to Deathlands. What can go wrong?
Nope. All right, so he's interested in what Ogre does. What is Ogre teaching again? How to catch ghosts or something else?
No, he teaches engineering or something.
Yeah, basically.
Just
But,
general
okay.
tinkering.
It's
Well, then
just
what
that
are-
he's a weirdo and talks about ghosts.
Yeah, what are the weird tangents?
Yes.
Appropriate ogre answer.
You just keep making random remarks like, you can also use this to catch ghosts.
Well, I think catching ghosts is a little too unsafe.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Definitely. I mean, we do have contacts with groups that work with ghosts, certainly.
Oh, like the scavengers?
Well, that might be a bit too hardcore, but
I mean, he doesn't have to go with them, but he can certainly talk to them to see what they're, maybe like the gadgets they use and you know, how they use them.
I guess.
There's no way that a rich boy would be able to do that under normal circumstances, right?
No. To re-clarify again, if a regular person sees a ghost, they're probably dead.
Nice.
Like 9 times out of 10.
Let's do that. Let's introduce him to the scavengers we know.
Okay.
All right. Where do you want to do with that?
I mean, I want to take him out of the city to see if he gets followed.
Out
Sorry,
of the
out
city?
of the campus. Campus.
I was
Go
going
out of
to
the
say.
city.
Campus. So I guess we can set a meetup. What, in a couple days from now? I'm sure what's his face would be willing to give us a tour.
Show off some of the most bizarre stuff you found outside.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we're helping him get the stuff, right?
Like probably 6 stars from night market is probably the best bet then.
You guys are probably able to convince Richter to come on over and say, hey, what exactly are you asking him to do? Like, show off a gadget or two? Like, what reasoning?
I will be upfront with Richter. I would like him to show off the gadgets, tell him what he does, and
Tell
while
a little
he's
bit
got
about what
Aaron
happens outside.
distracted, we're actually trying to see if the kid's getting followed.
Is this kind of like a walk and talk situation, or are you bringing him somewhere?
I guess walk and talk, because that'll give us the best chance to see if Aaron's getting followed, right?
Sounds good.
And he can go ahead and be obvious. Obviously, we want to get noticed.
Okay. And you're obviously telling Richter this?
Yeah.
Okay. Very upfront. Perfect. So we'll say while the two of them, Richter and Aaron, are kind of walking down the streets together, Aaron seems both excited to learn something new from this individual he's never met before, and also he's trying to play it cool. Like, oh yeah, I've definitely seen that before. And Richter's like, oh yeah, what's it called then? He's like, oh, it's Veribulator. He's like, oh, yeah, of course, smart kid. And he maybe turns back to you guys and is like, okay.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. So the three of you, are you kind of watching from a distance, kind of hanging back?
I would imagine that Kim is relatively close by, basically follow them. And Ogre and I are just sitting back.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
definitely want a couple people back.
We'll say the three of you are spread out a reasonable distance so that you guys can continue to follow the group. Maybe Richter will walk in a somewhat predictable circle, maybe around a building that you have a really good vantage point on, Desmond. Ogre, are you kind of following close by? Are you up and up by like your vantage point, or what are you doing?
On the rooftops, probably.
All right, cool. So you and Desmond are kind of up top. You're watching, you're all doing your thing. And I won't ask for a roll for this because one of you are definitely going to see something in the crowds. As Richter and Aaron are walking about, Kim, you're trailing a reasonable, respectable distance behind them. You probably told Aaron, like, hey, you know, I'm back here just watching you guys' back. This town can be a little dangerous, and he half takes you seriously. Kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. You know, you don't need to spell out too much for him, and he'll pretend like, oh, I've been here before, and you're not entirely sure he has. But he's definitely doing his best to look like he belongs here.
Well, I'm sorry. What do you mean? I'm not sure if he has. I can always tell when I'm being lied to.
Yeah, of course.
He's cute. I like his attempts to seem cool.
And as you're walking through the crowds, Kim, keeping a sharp eye out, you do notice maybe you guys have looped around this building once, maybe kind of go back the other way, you loop around a separate building, just convenient enough that Desmond and Ogre can kind of still keep an eye out. Being close down to the ground like you are, you're able to see potentially an individual that's following you guys. It's really hard to tell. We know these streets are pretty heavy with the foot traffic. Ogre and Desmond, you guys can tell from above that, yeah, this guy might actually be following them. A certain figure, a lot of people wear coats. It's constantly raining. It's not weird to wear a hoodie or really heavy clothing or a hat or something. This place is wet. It's dank. It's always dark. And you do notice two people. It actually looks like someone is following Aaron and Richter. And there's someone behind them kind of keeping an eye out behind them to make sure this person ahead is not being followed. The person behind occasionally stops at a stand, maybe looks at the wares, but Desmond and Ogre, y'all can tell that he's not looking at the wares. This individual's very much looking at the person watching Aaron. And Kim, being where you are, you can tell that this person is indeed watching Aaron. It's difficult to tell the second person behind them, though. I guess the watching watcher. You don't see him, Ogre and Desmond do. But you do notice after, well, say about 10 minutes walking around, someone's following you guys.
Am I near enough to see any telltale clan signs or hints?
You'd have to get closer.
Can I drop back to maybe look at a stand nearby and get a glance as they pass by or something?
I too will help out with that. I'm going to, well, get a closer look basically. Maybe bump into them, apologize, get a good look at their face.
Oh, you're down on the ground too?
Yeah. When I spotted them, I basically went downstairs.
While that's happening, are you giving her a die, or are you...
I was thinking like a group roll or something.
Yeah, this seems more like a group role thing.
Sure. What exactly are you trying to accomplish?
We just want to look for a distinguishing mark, I guess, or recognizable
Like that.
feature,
I don't know,
face.
maybe try to steal their wallet or something. I don't know.
You say if you're trying to get close, probably makes a lot of sense. We'll just keep that as, because they don't really know you guys are here, just standard risky.
Nice.
All right.
Wow.
Do it.
That being a group roll, you straight up succeed. As the two of you begin to get closer to this individual, you notice that, well, they don't notice you, fortunately. They're too focused on Aaron. They're very heavily clothed, though. There's really no distinguishing features in terms of what they're wearing. It's fairly straightforward, to the point where you can actually tell they're probably trying to, hide. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to stand out. Fortunately, for you guys, you have a really sharp eye, and you're able to get closer to this individual. Barring certain, faction standouts, what precisely are you guys looking for? I'll let you ask me questions, and then I can answer them.
Yeah,
Yes.
if I was nearby Aaron, I probably wouldn't even notice the one way in the back.
Right.
I'm going to effectively bump into the back guy and distract him so he can't notice. And then get a good look at him, apologize, see if I can take something from him.
Sure. As you get close to the individual near the back, not a similar build at all to you, Desmond. They're a little plump and wide-shouldered, but by no means close to you. A very weathered face as you kind of... are you trying to, pick something from them, or are you just bumping into them to, distract them?
So let's say I bump into him and I'm gonna try to feel him up as I pick him back up and see if there's anything I can actually get.
Oh, so you want full on knock him over?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
With Desmond's big stature, yes.
You
I am
notice...
very much trying to cause a minor scene, basically.
Sure, okay, that definitely works. As you do that, he kind of gets knocked backwards, and before he fully falls, he kind of grabs onto someone else next to him, and that person kind of tries slapping him off, and he barely is able to balance himself on an overhanging light. Yeah, and you're trying to help him up, and he's slapping your hands off, don't touch me. And he kind of pushes himself back, and he looks at you, he's kind of gives you a look of how the hell did I not notice you? Kind of patting him down. The most thing that you notice is basically just his build, which he's got a little plumpness to him, but there's definitely muscle there. Other than that, you definitely know he's armed, which isn't really too surprising. He probably has some knives on him or something. You could feel a brace. And as he kind of looks you over real quick, he doesn't really give you a friendly look, and it's kind of, you should watch where you're going.
No, I'm sorry. I got some rain in my eye. I do apologize.
Buy a hat or something. It's someone as large as you shouldn't be just bumbling around town like that.
I really should. He's wearing a hat, right?
This guy is, yeah.
You are actually like your hat. Why did you buy it?
He gives you a look of are you serious? He's I don't remember. I bought it a while back. Why?
Oh, you don't remember where?
No.
Oh, okay then. And I'll just walk away.
He's the look he's giving you is what the shit? What kind of conversation was that? He's just so he's razzled. He's just kind of confused. He lost track of the guy in front of him, and as you kind of walk away, Desmond, you hear him curse under his breath of shit. You can hear him shifting about, looking for the guy he was watching, and he's trying not to be obvious about it and rush past you, but he's looking around you and kind of leaning up against the wall, trying to look non-suspicious. He's God damn it. And Kim, the one up front that is directly watching Aaron, what are you doing with him?
It's a good thing I went second because I had a lot of time to think about this. All right, so I get distracted by sand, which is just a cover. And when he's near enough that I can get within range real quick, I'm going to quickly spin around. I'll act excited, and I'm going to trip and fall right in front of him.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
All right, you very much do this, and as you kind of fall, you realize upon closer inspection that this is a very large, lanky figure. They kind of catch you. You probably would expect him to be a little lighter than he is, but there's definitely some oomph to his frame. So rather than knocking him over, Kim, he just kind of full on catches you and slowly, awkwardly rights you and then pulls his hands back and goes, I wasn't aiming. And he's just
Wow, I am impressed. Ooh. So, why are you following my friend?
There are some people like watching, or like, what the hell just happened? And they kind of go, whatever, he's not doing anything. And you didn't get angry, so everyone just kind of keeps walking away. And he stuffs his hands back in his pockets, says, what?
Following my friend.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I want to know why.
He narrows his eyes. Who's your friend?
I'll go ahead and give a brief explanation of Aaron.
Richter and Aaron have walked around the corner by now, and as they do, this individual in front of you, Kim, he's much taller than you by at least a head or two. He doesn't need to lean past you, but he's leaning past the crowd just beyond you to see them kind of go around the corner. And you see agitation cross his face for a second. And he looks down at you, almost like he was partially ignoring you. He goes to say something, and then kind of offers you a quick smile and says, I'm sorry, I have somewhere to be, if you'll excuse me. And he starts to walk around you.
Get in his way.
All right, he stops suddenly and then looks back down to you slowly. Yes?
You didn't answer my question.
I'm sorry, must have been the wind. What was your question?
Why are you following my friend?
I'm just out for a day of shopping.
I really don't like when people lie to me.
I'm not lying. He opens his coat and you see he has a bag on him and there are some fruits in there. You're not sure the quality of the fruits, but...
Is he lying to me?
No, he was out shopping.
All right, and what does out shopping have to do with following my friend?
I'm not entirely sure why you assume I'm following someone. Do I know you?
I don't know. Do I know you? Do I know him?
He kind of pulls back the hood just a wee bit, and as he leans down, the light kind of washes across his face. As I mentioned, he's a very bony individual. Long, crooked, multiple times broken nose, slight scars kind of pepper his face. You've not seen this individual before.
Reckless.
He's very gaunt looking as well. And looking down at you.
Damn, you look like a scarecrow, man.
Is that a compliment?
Not really.
Quite rude, then. And he's just staring at you like, why are you bothering me? If that's all you have, I'm going to be on my way.
Go the other way.
And if I don't?
I will be protecting my friend, and I'm tired of him getting watched.
Can I roll finesse to try to sneak on this guy, since I'm walking this direction anyway?
Definitely by this point, you would have been sort of walking that way, and the other individual's trying to stand behind you, and he's being a little like, what's happening here? Like, why did he stop moving? He's mumbling to himself, and you can't exactly hear what he's saying. He's kind of leaning up against a wall, and he's like trying to look through the audience, the crowd, to see if he can see Aaron and Richter, and he just sees the Scarecrow Man standing next to Kim. So the person, he's almost kind of next to you now, Desmond, like trying to his best to ignore you in this crowd.
Are you sure I don't recognize the Scarecrow Man? I feel like a man who looks like a scarecrow would have rumors floating around about him.
That's my uncle.
Oh, great ogre.
Yeah, there are a lot of very interesting looking people in this town.
A lot of scarecrow interesting people?
I mean, if you choose to equate him to a scarecrow. I will say, by looking at him, Kim, you can tell, based on both his build and his general, like,
I'm in trouble, sure.
No shit attitude. He's not just some random passerby, yeah.
I am definitely in trouble.
Yeah, and he's very clearly annoyed. While he wasn't lying about shopping, he definitely was. Clearly, that was a ploy. He's obviously following your friend. Desmond, what precisely are you trying to do?
Basically try to sneak up and get behind this guy, because he's very big and I'm also very big.
Indeed. While this is happening, you're looking down, Ogre. What are you doing?
I'm kind of getting ready to blast the Scarecrow Man with lightning.
Okay.
If I have to.
Fair enough. So you're prepping.
Pretty much.
So when you say sneak up behind him, Desmond, are you doing this to like grab him or just like walk up behind him?
I basically want to be quiet and just to get him like the fear factor a bit.
You can most
say like, how about we take this somewhere else?
That will hire a roll. What do you want to go for?
It's probably another prowl, isn't it?
Prowl makes the most sense. I will say if it's finesse, it'll be limited effect.
Can I pull out a couple of knives to give him an extra die?
Weaving my way through the crowd. I am going to use finesse now because I don't really mind if it's a less effect. But...
So depending on how you want to do this, Cam, if you want to give him +1 die, you can do that. If you want to increase the effect, you'll have to roll your own to succeed.
How many die are you rolling, demons?
I have 4 in finesse.
I'll go ahead and increase the effect.
So we'll start with you then, Kim. I'm sure that's also still a finesse roll. Risky standard, you're in front of him, you're basically brandishing some knives to like, hey, back off, Butto.
Yeah, and I want to time it with Desmond's words.
So as you quickly pull out your blades, he's unable to react to this, and you see kind of both fear and shock dance across his eyes quickly as he goes to pull something as well. And Desmond, you sneak up behind him. Go ahead and drop your roll as well, but this should bring you up to standard risky. What precisely are you doing with this, Desmond? You can hear Kim draw her blades as you say.
I'm basically going to stand right behind him to kind of like put him between a rock and a hard place. And basically whisper into his ear, how about we take this somewhere else?
All right. You guys are starting a scene. So people are kind of looking around and like, whoa, what the hell's going on? I'm going to throw out a timer. Basically, a crowd suspicion of like, what the hell's going on here? And I'll increase that up to 2. People are like, do we call the blue coats? Do we get involved?
That's actually very useful for us because now we can threaten them with time. If the blue coats show up, they're in trouble.
Yeah. So, this happens and you start to hear some like murmurs and people step back from you guys. And the guy slowly raises his hands and kind of and looks at the two of you. You can hear the backup kind of step behind you, Desmond. And he's like waiting like, okay. He's not acting.
Without turning my head, I'm going to say to him, you can also come. Don't think it's just 2 of us. Might want to hurry up before we cause a scene.
The scarecrow turns around and kind of, nods his head like, yeah, let's go. There's a small alley around the corner that there's, a few people occasionally moving through here, but this is mostly where trash and such is deposited. It's more of a throughway. Not many people come by this way. It's maybe two people side to side come up there, 2 shoulders wide. For Desmond, maybe just 1.5. And you all move into this darker location. Ogre, it's harder to see them from here. If you want to go down the building or, reposition, you're going to have to jump over to the next building. You're more than welcome to do so.
Honestly, I think I'm going to go back to Richter and the kid for a little bit, make sure they're okay, and then join them.
Sure,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, smart.
Yes.
We'll say as you head downstairs, Richter is still talking to Aaron, but you notice his eyes are flitting everywhere. Like he's half paying attention to Aaron and kind of half showing him shit. So, Ogre, as you kind of turn the corner, Richter catches your eyes. He kind of like, hey, come here. He kind of gives you the head motion of like, hey, what's up?
I'll just kind of like look in the general direction of where Kim and Desmond went.
Let's say we discussed a location. That makes sense.
It takes maybe Richter a second to devour what you're putting down, and he gets like, So he gives you a nod as if to say they're safe.
Shrug.
More confused? Okay. Considering you're not panicking, Ogre, Richter sort of gives you a look of like, fine, I'll just kind of keep walking and talking with Aaron for now. They're going to basically circle this building, basically to where you motioned where Kim and Desmond should be.
I'll head to the alleyway.
As you head to the alleyway, we'll say you walk around the corner, you see Kim's back, and she clearly has weapons out. In front of her is a very tall, lanky man. Behind him is Desmond. Behind him is another large, but not as large, man as Desmond. The rather tall man looks down to you, Kim.
I like it when they're tall, easier to reach their crotch.
Oh my god.
I totally forgot about that.
She does have a reputation for that.
I totally forgot about that. I'm in danger.
We all are.
Well, there is apparently someone in town called the Crotch Noble or something. What was it again?
She goes by many names, each as horrifying as the last.
All of them.
Upon seeing this, the tall man looks down to you, Kim, and looks kind of squints looking down the alleyway, turning back to Desmond, addressing the two of you, says, is that your man?
To be more precise, she is my woman, but yes.
He sighs, says, I mean the one at the end of the alleyway down there.
Oh, yeah.
Is he talking about me?
Yeah.
He's
I
one of
pull out
ours.
my giant gun.
That makes more sense.
Yes,
do it.
Of course I did.
Okay.
Not entirely sure what to think. In the shadows, it looks like a rifle, and he gives a nod and says, I understand, we're serious. What do you want?
Who are you working for, and why are you following Aaron?
He purses his lips for a moment. Well, we all do what we're paid to do, yes?
Yeah?
So it's money we're talking about.
Money, power, yes. Who are you be asking us this?
Hired to protect him.
Understood.
Now, who are you working for?
He kind of cranes his head back to look at the larger gentleman, and he kind of just gives him like a shrug. He's standing behind you, Desmond, no weapons drawn, but you know he has something on him. He's staying close in case he needs to.
Don't bother lying. We can tell.
I may push a knife up against his manhood.
Oh my god.
All right. As you do that, he kind of like pulls up like, all right. You can tell that they were trying to like signal something to each other, but as you do this, you very quickly cut that off. No, not literally. Cut off the thought. Yes. As he looks down to you, Kim.
Soon.
This is a campaign where we are collecting dicks, you know?
No, it's the other one.
Yes. These people don't look like snakes, though.
True.
No need to get so personal.
I've gotten fond of the kid. It's personal.
I also mean my business down south. You will move your blade. I'll answer your question.
To the first question first, and I'll remove my blade.
He nods. I work for the Silver Nails. Have you quarreled with them?
Is this off-branch perhaps the branch that is more interested in using the ghosts?
He cranes his head slightly to you, Desmond, and then back to Kim. I'll answer your question when she removes the blade.
I'll take it away real slow. But it's nearby.
Yes, he very oddly breathes out.
I aim the gun at his manhood.
Yes, Ogre, my
I
man.
don't think it matters with your gun. You'll literally erase all of us.
I know. But he doesn't know that.
And he nods. Yes, the one and the same.
So you work for Miss Samira.
I'm acquainted with her, yes.
Could you possibly want with Aaron? He's got nothing to do with that.
Well, if we're placing our cards on the table, he does. The boy is poking his nose where it doesn't belong. We're making sure he doesn't do it again.
I've already corrected that issue. You don't need to follow him anymore.
Truly?
That's correct.
You acquainted with the boy's father?
Yes.
Well, power in high places can be misappropriated. From what we've seen, the two of them don't get along too well. I'll put it this way. I can report back to a certain someone who might be acquainted with.
Are you saying Roland hired you?
No.
Wait, then was it Mrs. Zimmerman?
Close on the name. Let's just say we all have a shared interest. Secrets that need to be kept. Wouldn't you agree?
She does realize that Aaron
No, considering
isn't
your
talented
employer,
enough to have taken her ring. Right.
I think he took something else, or saw something else, or heard something else.
Well,
Probably.
I'm going to lead with this question anyway.
We can probably ask him about that later.
You know about that?
Yeah.
Are you personally responsible for this action?
I don't know.
We literally left a card, so yes.
Hey, he doesn't know we're triple triad.
He doesn't yet. Might as well tell him.
I mean, are you going to signal at me to tell him? Because I'm not going to tell him.
Yeah.
I will quickly look at you and then I'll look back at him. Yeah, it was us.
I will emphasize that you might want to be careful with your words when you're this close to committing treason to your own clan.
Things are complicated. For what reason do you have to be, well, sticking your nose where it doesn't belong? And he's putting his arms down slightly, Kim. He's not going for something, but he's motioning them towards you.
Insane curiosity.
Someone else decided that curiosity would get the best of them, and look where it got him.
Well, as I said, you can leave him alone.
Curiosity also helped you leave the path of the Silver Nails, which honestly we see as a good thing. Direction that Miss Samira is going is more to our liking.
How much do you know about her precisely?
Well, I got to read her diary. That was pretty fascinating.
The look
I'm
he's
sure we
giving
can
you,
work out more.
very distraught at this. He didn't think
Yeah,
the
and
three of you were...
I will say it very offhandedly, too. Like, it was no big deal.
Yeah, the look he gives you of like, oh, you guys are really involved in this. You thought you were just some randos almost.
Yes, we've got quite the hand in this business. We've got all the cards. You might as well show them to us.
Allow me to make things simple for you. your group, and Aaron. If you can keep the boy away from her, he doesn't have to drop her class. Just tell him to lose that shimmer of wonder in his eye. Do your homework, be a good little boy, go home and do what Daddy says. And the three of you...
He decides he wants to join you guys one day.
I'll leave that up to him. From what we gathered, I don't think he's interested in joining.
He's a college student. He doesn't know what he wants to do yet. You've already taken one of his options off the table.
Fair enough. You think the boy wishes to join us?
Yeah.
He won't. He'll be joining us, if anyone.
More confusion.
We'll see where he ends up. One thing I can promise, though, he won't be an issue for you.
Let's put it this way. If he wishes to join, for whatever reason, tell him to take more official channels. And the three of you, please steer clear of Miss Zamira. Don't touch her bags again, Miss... What's your name?
TikTok.
TikTok. Please keep your hands where they belong, and out of other people's belongings, yes?
So it'll be less obvious, and I will.
Wonderful. We'll have a talk with Zamira. We'll get things figured out.
Do tell us to drop by our office. I left her a card.
He tries to look over to Ogre. Are you aiming the gun at them, or are you kind of just like giving him a look?
Oh, of course. The gun's been aimed at him this whole time.
Not entirely sure what to think of that, but Kim's kind of in the way, so he's like, kind of, what is this guy doing?
No, don't worry about him. If he wanted us dead, we would all be dead already.
Well, you stay out of our way. We'll stay out of your way.
Sounds promising enough.
He smiles widely. Half rotted teeth, the other half are twisted.
He is telling the truth, right?
Yeah, he's telling the truth, yeah. A very gnarled smile flashed towards you, Kim. Good. Can I put my hands down now, or will you gut me?
I really don't know if I can promise that, because we were interested in her research.
But it's up to her. If she goes to us for information, it's fine.
That is true, and
We just don't pursue her, basically.
The way he's talking, I'm not entirely sure he's on her side.
I mean, he's getting paid by her. That's as far as his loyalty goes, apparently.
Mm.
So we can also tell Samira that her henchmen aren't exactly secretive.
Truth be told, I did nearly chop off his balls to get these answers, so...
True, but still. If you aren't willing to risk your balls for your clan...
Good point.
Then they weren't balls worth risking.
Ogre. Then again, Ogre's already castrated, so it's fine.
Oh!
No.
Poor Ogre. All right, I will take a step back.
He fully puts his hands down and lets out a breath.
It's hard for Desmond to step aside because he's big as the alleyway.
Indeed, he'll probably continue forward past Kim and Ogre. The large gentleman behind you kind of realizes how much room you take up and kind of, shit, I'll go the other way then. They both look at your group and says, here's hoping to not seeing you in the future, yes?
That's the plan.
He's got a good sense for being watched. If he says it again, I'll come after you myself.
I expect nothing less. Goodbye, TikTok. And he turns and walks down the alleyway.
Can I zap him a little bit on his way out? Like, no damage. I just want to zap him.
Please, yes.
Shake his hand, give him a zap.
Pretty much.
So yeah, so are you just kind of touching him, or are you like saying something to him?
I'm just like, handshake.
All right. You put down the rifle and offer a handshake as he's walking past?
I'd like take one hand off of it.
All right. Yeah. He very awkwardly looks at you like, what? Okay, sure. And he extends a very long fingered hand to you to shake your hand.
And then he gets a tiny zap.
He gets a tiny zap and kind of pulls his hand back of like, okay. Then he looks at his hand to see that's fine. He looks down at you. And you just
smile at him.
He just lets off a very long, nods to you, and then walks away.
I wanted to shoot him.
Yeah, I really want to cut off his balls, but not today, Ogre.
As the two of them leave, the crowds have dispersed a little bit, nothing too crazy. And as you kind of look about, you see Richter sort of stopped with Aaron, sort of where you guys initially broke up, and he's continuing to speak with him, but he's more preoccupied with looking around him. And as you guys kind of turn the corner, he sees you.
I will very happily charge up to Aaron and toss an arm around his shoulders.
He jumps at that while he was talking to Rick. And he's like, hello?
Hey!
Awkward smile. Hey, why
you having fun with Victor?
Yeah, why so friendly suddenly?
Oh, just good news.
He kind of gives you a quick nod. All right. Good news,
We'll talk
Richter?
about it later. Don't worry.
Sure. Yeah, I've learned a decent amount. It's interesting. He's not really spared me on some of the details, so...
That's the world, Aaron. You got to get used to it.
Yeah, scared would be the wrong term, but more eye-opening,
No.
I guess.
Scared is probably accurate. Scared is good. Scared means you'll live.
He
Maybe.
gives you a slow nod to that.
I mean, Ogre doesn't look very scared to me.
That's because he's way past scared. He's transcended.
He is fear.
He only feels excitement.
After this little chit-chat with Richter and Aaron and these two individuals, where do we head to next? What are we going? Where are we doing?
I mean, did Aaron have any more questions?
Primarily just, some little things here and there to Richter. Like, he's kind of pushing and prying on some things that Richter doesn't necessarily feel comfortable answering. Some of them he kind of just said, screw it, fine. Here's this, here's that. And he's like, whoa, what, really? So he kind of describes some of the various demons and such that are prowling around in the Deadlands and whatnot. It's like, oh, okay, sure, I've definitely heard of that. So a lot of that.
All right. Then after that, I guess we'll go back to school. We will return Aaron back to his fancy cage.
I'm expecting Ogre to randomly interject. Oh, yes, I fought one of those before. They taste like chicken.
It definitely tastes like chicken.
Does Aaron know that Desmond and Ogre are with me?
Not me.
I walked up.
Aaron sees you. What are you going by the way, Ogre, at school?
Ogre.
Just Ogre, no Professor?
Yep.
I'm expecting, actually, that Desmond wrote up his form because he was the one that counterfeited it. So it's like Dr. Ogre.
Oh my god, yes.
Do you have the students call you Ogre?
I mean, they can call me whatever they want.
I do feel like good students will probably still call him Professor.
He gives you a quick wave. Professor, what brings you here today?
Just walking around, doing my thing,
I don't know.
Wait, are you still holding the gun?
No.
It is very large, so it's somewhere on your back. You can't really hide it.
I mean, he can tell that something's there.
Yeah, there's something long that's in a pack on your back, and he's looking at what you got there?
Don't worry about it. Something I've been working on. Maybe I'll show it in class at some point.
Ooh, that'd be awesome. You've taken the professor's class, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, he's much more interesting than the other teacher. I hope he takes over for the rest of the semester. The other guy was a little boring, if I'm being entirely honest. A little too dry for my taste.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he'll probably be around a little longer.
Good. And with that, you guys all return to the school. Kim, you're able to, continue your education as per usual. Do you want to say there's somewhat of a time skip, or do you have that something you want to do right now?
Time skip works for me.
Okay.
I will frequently ask Aaron if he senses anyone.
Yeah, we'll say over the next week or so. Aaron reports back to you, and he says, I think someone was watching me, but it's not the same. If that makes any sense. Kind of like, no one's really watching me anymore. Like, I think I'm good. I'm actually getting more focused on my studies. He's giving you all the answers you want, and he's not lying. I mean, maybe a little bit lying on the studies, but if you push him on, certain classes, it's like, yeah, okay, duh.
Aaron, do you need help on certain classes?
Motivational, but not... I'll get it done. Don't worry.
I'm counting on you.
You can trust in me. Whatever you guys did seems to be working.
I told you I would, right? See? You can trust Big Sister.
And from what the big guy told you, are you going to convey this information to Aaron of hey, seriously, don't touch any of this anymore, just school?
I will probably relay a condensed reminder. Because I think we've already told him to leave Miss Zamira alone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will just remind him, leave Miss Zamira alone.
Be more careful where you stick your fingers.
You guys tell him that, and he gives you a look of, yeah, kind of the whole long and short of it of the world's really interesting, but personal property and all that, and I don't know if she's connected to someone or something, but I really don't know at this point. You guys showed me the world, and the class with Ogre is fun, and I'm trying to do other things now. He's trying to preoccupy himself with anything that's not that. So you can tell he is taking you seriously, Kim. In that sense,
if he ever does want to know, he's free to ask.
You've been also a very good teacher as well, Desmond. Ogre's keeping him interested. You're just generally a good teacher, and Kim, you're keeping him company. So all of you can tell that he's definitely more so focused on his studies. Ogre, I don't know how much homework you do or don't assign, but he's...
Homework? What's that? Just blow something up at the end of the week, it's fine.
That probably is his homework.
I mean, I don't know about blowing something up.
I mean, you're probably like, go build me this insane item.
Pretty much.
Build me a combobulator.
And then you use it for your own experience, of course. Wow. I love it.
Yeah, he seems to be having fun with it, so...
Hey, Professor Ogre, what are you using all these items for?
Don't worry about it, kid.
Okay.
He's casually using like the students as his force to build the ghost train.
Yes. I love it.
And we'll say they're maybe doing a little bit of downtime, Ogre. Students are gone. You're kind of alone in the classroom, maybe wondering whether the actual teacher's going to, come back. Do we recall what we did to this person?
I think we just gave him like food poisoning or something, right?
Really bad food poisoning.
We'll say your class just ends, Ogre. You hear someone ask a question, but you can't make out the words. How do you respond?
I just turn around like, huh?
And it's faint as it dances through the air, but you think you can make it out again. Don't you want it?
Huh?
Isn't it interesting? Calls to you, right?
I just leave. Just take my stuff and leave.
Fair enough. You look
I don't
around.
know what's going on. I don't want to deal with it.
You see no one, and you just you head on out. And as you leave the room, the voice
That's how
trails
he survives
behind.
the Deathlands.
All right, and then back into the halls, kind of zooming about. Realistically, like I said, Kim, I won't have you do any long-term projects or anything. You will eventually complete this degree, but you guys can, continue on to do what you want to do. You've effectively completed your task with Aaron, so you can go to wherever you want to next.
I mean, assuming nothing weird happens, I would probably keep teaching for a while longer. And if everything seems fine, I'll make sure the actual teacher is not sick anymore.
Sure. Same for you, Ogre?
Sure, why not?
Ogre casually heals the leg of the teacher he killed.
Huh?
And after we complete this task with Aaron, what do you all wish to do? You can report back to his father if you wish.
I guess that is next on the list. What were we getting in exchange for helping him again?
Once you finish this for him, he will push the train permit through for you to basically get it done.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and update the train permit. I'm going to call it train permit 2. I'm going to reset its parameters. So all you're going to need to do is just fill it back up again. This is basically going to symbolize finishing touches. You going around and speaking with people, getting things signed, things of that nature. But this will basically give you the finalized train permit that you guys have been looking for.
I guess a mission for the turf?
I think if we just want to expand in general, we probably want just a tavern.
Like, I don't mind messing with the billhooks some more because they're already slowly declining anyway.
Yeah, and I'll increase the Deathline Scavengers up to tier 2 for you guys, which puts them as friend, because you guys have been doing a lot of good stuff with them.
Excellent.
Well, if you want to take a turf from them, that's relatively dangerous. So how do you want to go about that?
Well, we want the building intact, right?
Indeed. Oh my God.
I mean, doesn't
Step
have to
one.
be.
So no bombs.
So no bombs. Obviously, we need to slaughter them all.
We're going hot then, basically, going for violence.
Yeah, I think this is a violent situation.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could pay someone else to do it for us, but...
Question.
Answer.
If we went in and actually slaughtered them all, wouldn't that instantly put us at war with them?
They're actually neutral with you guys because you did something to put them back in the middle. If you go in and completely nuke this, depending on... Well, not even depending. You guys are straight up taking territory from them. Depending on how you go about this, I'll either lower it by 1 or 2, but that's not at war. So that'll put you as enemies.
So theoretically, we could scare them away.
We could also completely, entirely wipe them out if we want to.
Well, are they all here in this one spot?
No, this is one of their
Probably not.
locations. Yeah, they have one location here that you guys can crew yoink.
Like, we could hit either one or both of their leaders, because they are currently kind of like low-key split into 2 factions.
Okay, the
Undead.
2 separate leaders, does it benefit us to target one over the other? Like, would one of them be more willing to leave us
Probably not.
alone?
They are both very violent, and if we kill one of them, the other one is going to rise.
One of them dirtier? Can I put some mortals into this? Take out the worst of 2 evils?
Do you recall this clan?
No.
They are all bloodthirsty.
Nice.
They're called the Bill Hooks for a reason.
All right, well, in that case, I want to kill the uglier one.
Yeah, so to be clear, they're a tough gang of thugs who use hatchets, meat hooks, and polearms to kill people. So they don't just kill people, they hack them up into tiny little pieces. Their turf, their like main headquarters, is called the Butcher Shop. It's a slaughterhouse.
I take it back. I want to kill the prettier one.
Yeah, they have animal fighting pits, gambling dens. They're not good people. Like, you guys are pretty bad. They're horrible.
We're pretty bad. Wow, thanks, Hub. Thanks.
We're not that bad.
I repeat, I want to kill the prettier one so that he doesn't lure girls in and chop them up.
Oh,
Wow,
okay.
that got dark. Okay.
Taking revenge for all the pretty girls.
All right, well, the two people that were fighting were Aaron and Corin.
Wait, there's another Aaron? Please don't do this to me.
No, Aaron, like Jaeger.
Please don't do this to me. They're pronounced the same way.
Technically, the other guy's name wasn't Aaron. It's like Aran. It's Araan.
He's
I
like
hate
that
you.
Pokemon.
Listen,
Aaron.
if you just kill him, you don't need to worry about his name.
All right, we're killing Aaron.
Which one?
The one with
Yes.
the E.
Aaron with an E has to die. Your name is too similar. Sorry, bud.
All right, so time to go scope out their estate. Ooh.
All right, we will indeed say they are somewhere in Coleridge. So we'll bring everybody over there. There's definitely some stuff going on here. Funnily enough, there are train tracks everywhere. So whether I say it or not, yeah, trains have been through here.
My, this is perfect.
Indeed, there is a dilapidated train station that they are parked relatively nearby. I'll say it's home to one of their smaller slaughterhouses.
I want to turn their slaughterhouse into a flower shop.
Okay,
Do flowers even exist in this world?
maybe. I'd say you probably get access to them.
I wanted to put something pretty in this horrible place. I'm sorry. We need to do away with that slaughterhouse. I hate that word, slaughterhouse.
That's word slaughter and house, and I hate it.
I
Wow.
hate it. Those
How
words.
They gotta die.
Do they though? I mean, what do they even slaughter?
People.
I mean, yes. Aside from that, otherwise it's not a slaughterhouse, is it?
Some animals.
There isn't exactly a lot of animals or livestock in Duskfall, as far as I know.
Yeah, there isn't.
Not
So
really.
in order to have a slaughterhouse, are they selling people?
Is the meats people?
Husband, yes or no?
There is rumors that, yeah, maybe
Okay,
they
let's
sell
find out.
unscrupulous
It's
meat.
definitely people.
Oh my.
Actually, that's good blackmailing material. Let's find out. As
I
we
don't
see
think we have
the-
to find out. I think we kind of just know.
Ulf Ironborn is one of my people. He's fighting everyone for turf.
Wait, is he
Ish.
a faction or is he?
He's a brutal Scovlander, so he's one of my people.
Maybe we can buddy up to him.
I'm
Have him-
wondering.
Have him protect him. We'll help him out with his war against the Billhooks.
Also, we could buddy up with the Lost. There's Street Toughs and Explorers dedicated to protecting the downtrodden and hopeless, which I feel like that would be the exact
Sure.
opposite of the Billhooks.
Actually, all of them seem to really dislike the Billhooks. Actually, yes, everyone does dislike the Billhooks because they're brutal murderers. So how about we just start a gang war in general? Let's
No,
get rid
I
of the
want to kill
Billhooks.
someone. Let me kill someone.
Wow.
Yes, we will.
Obviously, convincing them to full on help you guys is going to be a little rough.
If they take all the turf from the Billhooks, there should be fine with that, right?
Yeah. So you guys haven't really talked to any of these clans before. I will say to make things relatively more straightforward and easy, we can use part of the engagement role and the gather information role to put us down that direction. Because obviously you guys would know some of these things. And then in that sense, rather than us just role playing the three of you guys attacking this base by yourselves, which would be full stealth, very dangerous, we can say that, are you to convince them? We'll get X number of people that also assist you guys just to make it easier. It's still going to be an assault. Shit's still going to go down, but it'll be, you won't be the only targets, put it that way.
Okay. Can we just scout over the course of, I don't know, a couple of weeks to get a feel for everyone?
Of course, yeah.
The Lost would be the easiest just because we can make a show of helping some downtrodden and hopeless individuals.
Funnily enough, their turf is a converted rail car.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Hey, there are people. We definitely need to be their friends.
Yes, they can use our rails.
Are you allowed to absorb other factions in this game?
Yeah, definitely. You guys haven't talked to them before, but your names are kind of out there. If you want to say rather than help us, if you just say join us, we're kind of doing the same thing you guys are. I will be open to that. Maybe we can start it as a long-term project. We can start it as a rather long-term project. It can be both a long-term project and you guys go to the Lost next time, obviously, to do a full-on mission for them. Maybe this can be your way of proving yourself to them. You know what I mean? Because this would be the same as a random group coming to the three of you and saying, hey, come help us kill these guys. You guys would be like, no, definitely not. What are you talking about?
Hey, not necessarily. Depends on who it is.
A random person.
Desmond is definitely interested in that because he isn't against the idea of making a big-ass coalition.
Yeah, and like the thing is, they're tier 1, so they're relatively small. They're careful, but they're definitely fighters. You do know that their ranks are mostly full of, like with most groups, killers, some thugs, people that used to be Imperial soldiers, things of that nature.
No, and I don't want to say I'm a goody two-shoes, not even close, but protecting the downtrodden and hopeless is appealing.
Yeah, and the thing is, they were once horrible people, and we all know, because you guys, this is just part of, who you guys are. You know a little about them. Each of them have done something horrible in the past they're trying to atone for. They want to do better, basically, for themselves and for their general community. So they're not horrible people. They once were, but they believe in salvation. They believe in redemption.
Salvation, huh?
Yeah, so if you want to chit-chat with them, get shit figured out.
Are they religious? Is this going to be a problem?
No, they're not religious.
Okay.
I mean, there's only one church in Duskull, so I don't
exactly,
think there's a
and
whole
I don't
lot
think I
of
trust it.
people.
In terms of who you have the most in common with, being transparent, obviously the loss is a really good decision. Ulf will agree with you, and you did bring up that you're also a Skulllander, right, Kim?
Absolutely.
So you guys would know the main reason why he's doing what he's doing is because of just the overt racism. It's not everywhere, but he's run into various bars and businesses that have, signs that say no scavs on them. You've seen that as well, Kim.
In fact, frankly, I would volunteer to approach Ulf by myself.
It's very public that he feels this way. He's been basically trying to raise an army in order to, defeat bigotry effectively. The way he's going about it is a little much, but that's the way he wants to do things. So you can go with someone who is very overtly violent, like incredibly so. The Lost are a little more chill. So it depends on where you want to start.
How about we ask the Lost if they want to help us take out our chosen leader, and then next week we'll ask Ulf to take out the other leader.
Sure, that works.
Okay, because I think the best way to get an Ulf's good point is to literally give him the turf.
Yeah.
Or assist him in acquiring the turf.
All right. Who's leading this conversation, and how are you guys presenting your case?
I guess I am.
Okay.
So since the splitting of the Billhooks, have they become more violent?
Yes.
In that case, I'm leading with that. We need to take a stop to that. They're attracting too much attention, too much bloodshed from the innocent people. They need to be put down.
In discussing this, you guys had kind of come out of the middle of nowhere. Do you guys mention your aspirations, what you guys are going for?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll basically end up asking why we are suddenly interested in this, and I'll be plain-faced with them why I'm doing it.
Okay, indeed.
Because we want to get some turf here. We are planning on building something for the entirety of Duskfall to take advantage of.
That definitely interests them, that you're not doing it for just yourselves. You're doing it for the public. So that definitely perks their ears up.
Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely doing it to get money from the rich folk.
Oh, they fully understand. Yeah, they fully get that. Kim, are you adding anything to this?
I think I just want to reiterate what he essentially said.
Alrighty. With that, I'll say, Desmond, go ahead and roll. And with Kim's assistance, if you want to just risky standard, as per usual, if you want to actually assist, Kim, you're more welcome to do so. Entirely up to you.
Yeah, I'll assist.
And I'm pushing myself.
Sure.
One more stress. That's a success.
Excellent. No issues whatsoever. You guys are able to present your case just fine. Did I add the Lost to our tier list? All right. I'm actually going to just immediately put them up to +1, and I'll put them as associates. I'll say you guys did kind of come out of nowhere. You come off very positively. Kind of coming out of the dark and just dropping all this information on them, understandably, is a bit weird to them. But after you guys present your case, they seem pretty much on board with this. You do know that they're not necessarily a new gang, but they've been around for a little while, but they're still kind of, they're still trying to get there.
Well, and our mutual interest in trains and train tracks is beneficial to both.
Correct. They can offer a few people to back you guys up. And you did tell them that you do intend for, violence, but for the greater good. You're trying to stop greater violence.
Yes.
With that, they kind of, they agree. It's something they've been kind of holding off on, but you guys are able to convince them that you have enough firepower, if you will, to actually get this done. And you're not destroying the billhooks. You're removing them from this area. The violence has been higher as of recently, and it's getting closer and closer to home. They don't like that, so they'd like it stopped, and you guys can assist. So they very much would like to help.
Of course, we will also be clearing out any assets they might leave behind after we clear them out.
Honestly, from what you gather, Desmond, they're more interested in just getting them out of here. They don't want the territory. They don't want the assets. If you want to share shit with them, you're more than welcome to do so. They want them gone.
Sure.
Yeah. The thing is,
Sure.
they've been apprehensive as to meeting them head on themselves, primarily because as a smaller group, they don't know if they would make it. They don't know if they have enough information necessarily. But you guys are,
I'll
you
supply the information.
got information. You got schematics. You're good. So they trust you guys.
Sweet.
Alright.
That was their first mistake.
All right. And with that, how do we plan our assault?
Well, I guess we want to start quiet and go in with a bang, right? And let there be chaos.
I can make a bomb. Wait, no, I don't have enough time for that.
Can you make a
You do
bomb?
accrue heat with that, though.
Aren't we at 0 though?
If you want a bomb, we'll do the weird kind of, flashback / choir asset deal. A bomb specifically, I'll say 2 stress ogre, and then roll God.
I would be making it probably.
Be making
God.
okay.
God,
Yeah, yes.
could he have his students help him with the components?
Oh my god.
Sure.
I cannot take any more stress. I am too away from another drama.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll bring you out for some de-stressing.
So we'll say with that. Obviously, take the 2, and then I'll add 2 heat. Go ahead and roll me Tinker. Excellent. Okay, this bomb has no issues. It is a wonderful bomb, and it will do exactly what you want it to. So tell me, Ogre, what kind of bomb is this, and what kind of
I mean,
shrapnel?
unless someone else has a better idea, it's just going to be the most basic bomb.
Okay, yeah, it has to be something reasonable. So
boom.
yeah, like shrapnel or just concussive.
How do we want to do this? Do you want to take out
mean-
the boss and the entire room he's in, together with his sub bosses?
That would be the quickest way.
Probably shrapnel if we want to do
Yes.
something like that.
I can
Yeah.
probably find out where the nearest meeting is and just low-key drop in a bomb.
And I can set those to people outside.
Oh,
I mean, they must have some guards posted, right? Come on, let me
Yes.
slit them throats.
I won't tell you no. This is how you want to go about this. So the question is,
after we kill the boss and his cronies, there's still plenty of random rats scurrying about that you can kill him.
how are we starting things?
I mean, I want to sneak. I can't slit throats if I don't sneak.
I mean, you can.
But they'll see me coming. I want to do it when they have no idea.
I mean,
Hey, I'm alive. Oh, I'm dead. Maybe I should lead the Lost Crew to take out the initial guards so that Ogre and I guess Desmond can get inside to toss the bomb.
yeah, that also works.
This location, it's not huge, but it is large enough. We're attempting to convert this into a tavern, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty big. Obviously, it's a multi-roomed, situation we got going on here. So
Yes. I mean, luckily it's a shrapnel bomb, so there's not a lot of damage to the environment. So
exactly. So once you find the room that Eric is indeed in, you can get to Boomy pretty easily. But we do need to go about that. So our general initial approach is Kim and Lost Crew goes in, starts stabbing, and you guys just follow up.
as quietly as possible, yes.
Okay, cool. So we're going for quiet initially. We can definitely do that. We'll go ahead and engagement roll this bad boy. Holy
That's a
shit.
critical success.
Okay. We're
Damn.
opening with a critical success. This means our opening position, Kim, is literally as good as humanly possible. Lots of yes and. So, Kim, you are moving with who?
The Lost Crew.
I'll say there's 4 of them. I'll say they are following you around, and you're assisting them in being quiet. Looking up ahead, you can tell, I'll say this specific building has a front entrance, which is primarily used. It does indeed have a side, back entrance, but it's one of those, large, metal wooden doors that kind of pulls up. So it's less a door and more of a storage area, but you do know it accesses the rest of the building. That part's not necessarily guarded, but you do know that it's locked.
You said there's a back too?
There is a back, but it's more of a
Loading dock, basically.
loading dock. Bingo.
Unguarded?
We can use that if you want.
Unguarded on the outside, but it is locked. It's a giant metal wooden door that is approximately, I have to say, 20 feet across and 10, 15 feet tall. So it's going to take multiple people to open.
Yeah, we'll go through the front.
So the front is indeed guarded on the outside. You see, I'll say you see 2 dudes that are kind of chit-chatting with each other from a distance.
Are they distracted?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay, are they set up in a way that we could sneak around them? Or are they kind of hard to get? I'd actually have to use a ranged attack.
Considering we're opening with a critical success, I will effectively say they are in whatever shitty position they need to be in. So I'll say they are relatively distracted. If you are to move toward them, Kim, you're able to get close enough that your intention is to stab them, correct?
Slit their throats.
Yes, if your intention is to slit their throats, I will say you are in the best possible position for that.
I wish to slit their throats then. Let us do that.
Okay, what are you telling the crew?
Well, I can technically only slit one, so I'll have them mimic me, but in the opposite direction. So I'm going this way, you're going that way. We'll come around and grab one each.
All right, they give you a nod, and we'll say 3 of them go one direction, and kind of one follows you, just kind of back you up. Not sure if you need it or not, but he's kind of watching he's like more so watching your back, knowing you'll take this dude out, but he's kind of checking around and looking about. And
wow, what trust! I must come off as confident.
Very much so. Your footfalls are like
What footfalls?
Exactly. Ogre and Desmond, where are you two positioned while you're watching?
We're probably not too far out. We're waiting for them to get rid of the guards and then we go in.
Pretty much.
All right, and then the rovers are like behind you guys.
Basically doing like backup, checking the surrounding, making sure nobody falls in.
One more question. Do you want us to stay outside afterwards to get any stragglers or to go in with you guys?
No, you can go in. There might be more guards inside.
Okay.
All right, Kim. Knives drawn. You see your target ahead of you. He's talking about some absolute garbage bullshit that's not interesting at all. You're in a controlled position. You have great effect.
I mean, if I'm starting this good, I should just go and stab, right?
You're just going for
I'm
it?
just going to stab. Risky standard, you said?
No. Controlled, great. Alrighty, excellent.
I hesitate. What?
The only thing that changes here, or rather than it being a great effect, it's a standard effect. I'll start a clock here. Call it general suspicion. And because this is going to be happening so quickly, I'll just start on 6. I'm only going to add 1 tick. And this is basically how much noise you guys are making. As you move forward, you see this individual, and he says something that you very quickly cut off because you place your knife to his throat, and you're just going for it?
Yep.
All right, you instantly just go for a slit. Before he has a chance to say anything, before his partner has a chance to say anything, the 3 Lost crew jump up behind, they grab one wrist, they grab the other wrist, and then the other one moves behind, covering his mouth, and they also slit his throat. The second one goes down, they pull him down into a bush. Do you hide the body, or...?
Does it matter right now?
There's no point. The rovers will do it for us.
There's any point to hide bodies.
All right, sounds good. So you leave him dead on the steps. You can tell as you touch the door that it is indeed left open. Desmond and Ogre, rovers, you all see that she's very quickly taking out the guards. What do we all do?
All right, I'll command the rovers to take over their positions and assume that effectively they are now the guards.
All right. They move on in and they attempt to quickly clean what they can. One of them throws like a coat in the ground to cover whatever blood, and they hide the bodies behind some bushes off to the side.
Maybe we should knock and then step out of their viewpoint to see if we can lure some out.
You knock and you hear some confused like, huh? But they don't initially come to the door. There's a pause. You hear some shuffling and then some more shuffling and then some kind of like sighs. And he goes, as the knob turns, the door swings open and you hear someone say, Tim, what do you want?
Stab.
All right, what do you want to roll?
Finesse?
Okay, finesse definitely works. We'll put this one down to risky standard. He is in the doorway.
Partial success.
I'm going to go ahead and say you go to stab at this guy. You come at him real quick, and he partially catches your wrist. So you're going for a kill, right?
Yeah, I'm going for a kill.
Okay, you don't hit his throat. Instead, your blade goes awry, and you stab him in the shoulder. So he's not dead. Remember, anything I respond with, you can technically resist. So that is entirely up to you.
I'll resist.
Okay, basically what that means is, okay, you do have to roll, so be careful with this.
Wait, what am I rolling?
Let me be super clear. Okay, there's 2 outcomes. Outcome number 1 is you go to stab at him. You're not going to kill him, but you're going to stab him in the shoulder. Incredibly painful. Someone's going to need to follow up and finish him off before he says something. If you resist this, instead, your roll is a success. You stab him in the throat, and, well, he is sort of dead there.
Do I see anyone else behind him as he's coming out?
There's definitely people in there, yeah. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to roll prowess. So you take 6 stress minus whatever your prowess roll is. But you will kill him.
All right, in that case, maybe I should risk it. All right, I'm rolling it.
I can assist you.
Yeah, say Desmond and Ogre are behind. They can follow this up with something if they wish. It's just going to it's going to have to succeed, whatever it is.
I just use my massive hands to choke him out.
You want to just grab this boy before he can say anything?
Basically.
Okay, what are we going for?
Probably should be able to use finesse then, because
Okay.
I'm just trying to quickly silence him.
Yeah, I'll say because you're so large and the position's weird because he just walked outside the door. In general, this is just a kind of weird position. I'll say limited effect, risky position.
I mean, I have very long arms, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, partial success.
So you're able to just choke this dude. Kim, you shove the knife into his shoulder. He goes to shout, but Desmond, you kind of jump up behind him and you just like, Argh! You grab him, but you kind of bump him against the door a bit and you make a little more noise than you were probably expecting. So I'll tick up the suspicion timer by one more. You have this guy silenced. Kim, you have your knife in him. What are you guys doing with his body? He's like in the doorway. There's probably behind him.
Out.
Yeah, throw it out the door.
Okay.
I just straight up drag him out, basically.
All right, are we dragging him out and closing the door?
I mean, probably
It's
not,
probably
because we need you
best
guys
if
to
we-
follow us.
Yeah, it's probably best if we just open the door and rush in before they can do anything.
Okay, so we're on for a rush.
Yeah.
All right, this is very much a one-man door, so is Desmond or Kim leading?
I'm small. I'll
Okay.
go first.
Ogre, what are you doing?
Just follow behind.
All right,
Bring
excellent.
the bomb.
He always has the bomb. It's Ogre. All right, we have a conga line of death moving here.
Bombs ready.
Oh, we'll say you...
How good are our rovers at stabbing anyway?
Oh, well, we're going to roll that real quick. A2, let's see. All right, well, that's
Very
unfortunate.
bad.
Very not great. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and have the Lost are going to try to back them up real quick. All right, cool.
We definitely need them. They're better than our rovers.
Technically, the rovers should have been at no harm. I'm going to put them down to weakened. We'll say as you toss this guy back, he's able to throw a really solid hook and just stick one of the rovers in the face. But as he does, the Lost crew are able to like grab this guy down, stab him, pull him into the bushes, and the rover guy that got hit, he's not like knocked out or anything. He's like, shit, ow, they definitely clocked him. And they're starting to move behind you guys. As you rush in, Kim, you can hear a chair being pushed back as it kind of like, Argh! And someone's standing as you guys just kind of rush on in. You see a room that is relatively open. There is a table with approximately like 6 or so wooden chairs around it. It's a 2-story building. The second story is relatively small. This isn't really a too expansive of a location. To your right and to your
Do we
left.
know where Eric is, by the way?
You're not sure where Eric is now. He's probably in one of the back rooms, most likely. But in this first room, it almost immediately runs into the stair set that would go up and kind of look down into the slaughter area just beyond. But here you see approximately 3 dudes, 2 of them that are drinking and not really paying attention, and the third one that scoots his chair back, sees what you guys are doing, and he's clearly going to draw a weapon. What do you do?
I would like to throw my best blade.
All right. What defines your best blade?
The shiniest, sharpest that I was lovingly sharpening before we came here.
All right. Wonderful. What would you like to roll for that?
My baby.
Finesse.
All right. Finesse.
I would also like to push myself.
Okay. We'll say risky standard with that. Are you pushing for effect or are you pushing for just more dice?
Devil's footsteps, when I push myself, I want to perform a feat of athletics, which I guess will be, I want to quickly dash towards the drunkards to confuse them, to make them attack each other.
I will say because you're trying to do so much, I'll keep it a standard effect, but I'll put you in desperate position. So you're going for extra die then.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Roll it up.
Critical success.
Okay, make sure you mark experience.
I did.
Excellent.
Looks like wife was trying to make up for bad rolls yesterday.
Clearly, my
Yes.
God. All right, so you're going to be able to stick this dude with the knife. I'm going to tell you, Kim.
By the way,
Yes.
it's his crotch.
Of course, he did stand up after all, exposing his Johnson to you like a fool.
Like a fool.
I mean, he
should
let's be
have known
honest.
better.
He should have known better. He should know. People should just know to guard their dinglings.
Like, it wasn't too far for him at the later labor campus where a bunch of blue coats were hit on the dick by knives as well.
It really wasn't. Everyone should know about this by now.
Especially these guys.
Yeah, truly, he deserves this chopped sausage. All right,
They were literally across this bridge.
indeed. Yeah, it's literally right there. All right, so, Kim, this is what's going to happen. You're going to throw your knife. It is going to completely remove this guy from the combat. He is dead. And then you can describe what you do to confuse these 2 drunks. Go for it.
Oh god, bleeding out from your dick. That's terrible.
Can I break the legs of their chairs?
That makes a lot of noise, by the way.
That's true.
Then again, you are reckless.
You're on a tear. Just keep going. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I want to break the legs of the chairs. I'm not upset with a little too much noise because we do need to know where they are.
So, like I said, you're doing this with increased effect. Go ahead and narrate it. However you want this to play out, go for it.
Did.
Okay. All right. So you definitely throw your blaze. It hurtles through the air. It sticks this guy in his no-no zone. He goes to scream as he reaches down, and this knife was very hefty. So it both sticks in to the crotcherinos and probably gets some of his good bits on the inside too. He's kind of as you can see his face just contort in pain as he just falls over and he bangs his chin on the side of the desk, most likely knocking himself out as he just kind of bleeds there on the floor. You flip over the table and you're able to brace your hands on the back wall as you kick both your legs out and you snap both of the back legs of these chairs as both dudes just like, what the shit's going on, as they see you just hurtle over the table between both of them. You snap both legs as their chairs teeter towards each other. They bonk each other's heads and they're trying to like untangle each other. One of them broke their glass drink as he probably squeezed it too hard. It shattered. So you can see his hand is covered in blood, shattered glasses. He's kind of like, oh shit. And the two of them are trying to like untangle themselves from each other in their like drunken stupor. Desmond and Ogre, after you see Kim just go full anime mode, what do you guys do? I guess Desmond, because you walked in first, what do you do?
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how loud was this?
I would say because she got a crit, it wasn't as loud as it probably should have been, but there was a clear bang of him hitting the table and then them kind of bumping into each other, but it was mostly contained because it was a crit.
They are drinking. It could be passed off as junk jostling.
Yeah, so like...
if we're lucky.
Yeah, no words have been spoken just yet.
Yes, but Desmond is paranoid and he doesn't trust any of this, so he's just going to say,
it's loud, yeah.
Sneaking time is over. We're going in loud. And he pulls out his gun and starts moving.
Oh shit,
my.
okay.
Pull out my gun.
I go upstairs, I guess.
We'll pause there as you're kind of moving upstairs. You don't see anyone in the hallways initially. It's a incredibly simple. Basically, to like lay this out real quick, we have a square building, and then the second floor is also square on top of the first. The doors, as you move up the stairs, open inwards to the center of the building, so they're not surrounding rooms on the outside. It's just basically like one or like four, you're not really sure, giant rooms in the center of the building that are above this middle area. So you start moving up and you see a door to your right as you go up the left stair set, and then you see one more door past that. So there's two doors that potentially lead into two rooms or one large room. You're not really sure. Ogre, as you see Desmond go up with his gun and you pull your rifle out, what do you do?
Oh, I'll go up the right one.
Is it a bomb or a grenade at this point, anyway?
It's like a shrapnel bomb.
Just check every door, and if they're in there, throw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving up to the right, Ogre, you see the same thing Desmond sees, except it's to your left. It's mirrored. There is one door and then a second door. You cannot tell if they're locked or really what's going on there. Kim finishes her ordeal. And Desmond, since you ascended the stairs first, I will say you hear some shuffling about and some muffled like, oh, what the hell is that? Coming from behind one of the doors. So clearly they're aware something's going on, but it was kind of like, oh, God damn it. Like, they're not scared. It's more of a, are they like drunk wrestling again?
Wow.
Is it like a very clear that they are in that room, or is there also noise from the other rooms?
Very clearly there's someone in the first door to your left, right.
All right, I'm going to keep the door closed for a bit and usher Ogre to come over here.
Ogre's on the other side, so
Yes.
Did you go down the hallway, Ogre, or are you kind of waiting to see what Devin's doing?
I mean, if I hear something from the other side, which I doubt I do, then I would just go over there.
As Desmond motions you over, do you come over to that side?
As I keep the door closed for a bit.
Ogre, you're kind of able to shuffle your way around. These two dudes are untangling themselves on the ground and definitely need to be dealt with post-haste. Kim, as you turn, what do? You see them untangling themselves drunkenly.
Are they prone or?
They're both on the ground trying to get up, yes. The Lost Crew has followed you guys in. So you guys are going up the left route. Kim, you're just kind of still in the middle. The Lost Crew is helping, and the Rowies are outside kind of watching.
All right. I wish to stab them both in the necks.
You're just going for deads?
Yes.
All right. As you go for stab, what would you like to roll?
Finesse, obviously.
All right. Sounds good. Would you
Could you stop?
Whoa, okay.
Okay, you are literally on the edge of rolling a failure. Holy shit.
No kidding. 2166.
So many of these, like one of the earlier ones, you rolled a 5-2-2-2. Oh my god, these are so close. Holy shit. Another critical success. Okay.
These rolls hurt my soul.
I was going to, hey, keep it. Hold on to it. So I was going to
We're
say,
still alive in D&D, it's fine.
yeah.
Why can't D&D be this good? I just want to pull out two daggers and stick it both in their throats.
Okay.
Just, jab.
I was going to say risky standard.
Their throats.
I mean, they're tangled up, right?
Yeah, it's hard to get to their Johnsons.
Yeah, I just want them dead.
Okay.
You just want the Johnsons?
She can cut this off later, it's fine.
Yeah, I can cut this off later.
All right, excellent.
Understandable.
God.
While they are...
She gifts them to her boyfriend.
No! He's not into those.
All right, well, while they are writhing about on the floor, Kim, you're able to very deftly slit, and remove both of them from this side of existence. And very quickly, down they go. The Lost Crew's watching you like, holy shit, this girl is on fire. You're just on a killing spree. As you quickly dispatch the two of them,
I will give them a smile and a wink.
they're very much scaroused, 100%.
Scaroused?
Scared and aroused, yes.
I got it. Oh my god.
As they begin to look about, they see that you've taken out all the guards. They kind of look to you, Kim, of like, should we go to the right side since Desmond and Ogre went left?
I'll nod. Let's go.
As you guys kind of hear Kim finish those guys off and then move up, Desmond, what are you doing?
Is Ogre next to me at this point?
Yes, by this point he is.
And the rovers should be sticking with them, right?
They're basically guarding the outside, yeah.
Wait, you don't have any rovers following you inside?
Nope. I mean, we only have, what, like 4 of them?
Around that, yeah. And
How
they're,
big are rovers?
You should have at least one follow you inside.
Oh, we don't need to.
All right.
They
They're
aren't,
also
really fighters, honestly.
yeah, they're also somewhat unreliable, so.
That's fair. That's fair.
Besides, we have a grenade.
True.
But only one.
Yes, and they are all in a small room.
But
which
this is a
I'm
big
currently
this is a
having-
big place. Hopefully you found the right room.
Our bomb is immaculate, we just found out.
All right.
All right, with Ogre by your side, Desmond, what do you do?
Actually, do we know what the boss man looks like?
I would say with your guys' kind of, keeping an eye on, looking around, you probably know what Eric looks like, yeah.
And I'm sure the Lost would have described him.
I'll just tell Ogre that if he sees Eric or a guy that looks like Eric, throw the bomb specifically at him as I
Okay.
open the door. Ready yourself.
We don't know which room he's in. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to roll a d4 to like the chance. But you guys are opening the door, right?
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys open the door, you guys realize the two doors on the left side are one long room on the left side, but you realize it's not as deep as it should be. So basically the upstairs has two separate rooms. There's the one room that you guys are on, and then the one long room that Kim and the Lost have gone up. So I'm going to go ahead and roll to myself to see where they are. 1 and 2 will be left. 3 and 4 will be right. Cool. All right. As you crack the door, who's opening the door?
I'm opening it, Ogre is looking in and readying the bomb.
As you have your bomb readied and you crack the door open, you see, we'll say 3 individuals in this room. They were looking over something. These ones are not drinking. One of them actually already has, as you crack the door open, a meat cleaver in his hand, slowly kind of walking towards where you are. You see another one with a hook, and he's actually on the other door down the hallway. You can kind of just like barely see him walking towards the door, getting ready to open it. And then one's walking towards you guys. Beyond him is a third individual that's kind of just like picking at his teeth and waiting for these two, but none of them are Eric.
All right.
How do you respond as you crack this door open and you see this individual walking at you with a butcher knife?
Was the plan for me to not throw the bomb if he's not in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not throwing the bomb then.
Okay.
I guess at this point we know that Eric is probably in the other room, so you can go to the other room if you want.
What,
check
on
it
the
in
other
there.
side?
Yeah. And also signal Kim that there's people at this door coming to you. Get rid of them.
I'm just gonna see them and then turn around and run to the other side.
All right.
I'm just shooting the guy that's coming towards me with his cleaver.
What do you want to roll for that?
While I quickly pull out my gun, my hidden pistol. Is that
Mhm.
a finesse roll?
I think it's either finesse or hunt. Since he's so close by, finesse is fine. Limited effect and risky position. Hey, you do it! Hell yeah. Okay, cool. So you're able to whip out your gun.
Still a gun, so it's very loud, by the way.
Yeah, incredibly loud. And as it kind of pops off, you hear the guy in the back shout like, "Hey!" And the dude with the knife is going to shout something, but you kind of pop him and he kind of just like grimaces like, "Oh shit!" He doesn't drop the blade, but his charge at you is halted, Desmond. And he kind of has to catch himself for a second, but as he looks up, you just see rage in his eyes and he wants you in pieces. Ogre, you begin running down the stairs and you're starting to ascend the right hand as the Lost crew kind of sees you coming up. Kim, you can see him. And as the individual looks at you, Desmond, you hear the door up the hallway begin to kind of creak open. And you know that's the guy with the hook. The dude that was picking at his teeth and possibly his nose also begins to stand. We'll pause there. Cut over to Kim. What are you doing?
I guess I'll peek in the closest door.
As you peek in the closest door, what are your intentions? What are you doing?
Looking for the boss and or targets to stab.
Getting stabby, as one does. You kind of peek the door open. As you do, I'll say you're able to see 3 individuals, all of which are armed with various gnarled metal weapons that are not currently drawn. One of them has his hand on the weapon as he's discussing something with an individual, kind of waving his hand, not angrily, just kind of like, da 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 da. and this other individual is standing, and he's kind of looking at all of them, sort of waiting for them to sort of finish explaining precisely what's going on here. So blue is stairs and hallway. These two center orange squares, those are the large rooms. Green is where you started. The rows are outside. Kim, you said you're opening the first door?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's indeed where you are. Ogre ran down the stairs. He's running across, past all the corpses, and then up again. So does this kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. All right. So looking at this, Kim, you see someone stand that you do indeed recognize.
Mr. Eric?
Eric is in this room, and he's kind of scratching at himself, listening to this dude, looking kind of bored and kind of annoyed as the guy with like the gnarled bladed weapon is speaking to him.
So open the door, and then what happens?
As you open the door, you hear a loud pop come from down the hallway, instantly gaining the attention of all the individuals in this room. They all kind of look up, and now that you've opened the door, they look straight to the door.
Hi, Eric. I was looking everywhere for you, and I'm doing it loudly so that Ogre can hear.
As you hear that, I'm going to put 2 clocks. This is going to symbolize all of the enemy.
Aha.
As a group and as a group. As you say that, you get a very weird, like, what the shit kind of look as all 3 dudes in this room stand and turn to you. Ogre, you're able to move up the stairs next to Kim, and we'll cut back over to Desmond. You got this guy that is looking at you. Hungrily is the wrong term, but there is definitely some hunger in there. As he's
Where the hell did I hit him that he isn't dead yet?
shoulder.
Didn't that success have been like a gut wound?
It's enough that he's about to go down.
How do these doors open? Do they go inward or outward?
Inward.
Well, there's no point in trying to keep it closed in that case. I'll close the door and run down.
Okay. You close the door and you begin to run down, and we'll say...
I will ready my gun upstairs.
Yeah.
And tell... Actually, do the rovers have guns?
I say probably one of them has a gun, yeah.
I guess you could call them in, because at this point there's no point in having guards outside anyway.
Okay. You shout to them, and they kind of rush in. They look to you for orders. They go, hey, what's up, boss? What are we doing?
They're coming down the stairs. Prepare yourself.
Ah, shit. They pull their blades, and one of them pulls what could possibly pass as a pistol.
Yeah.
And they're also...
ready my action, I guess.
All right. You are readied. They are also ready to kind of stand behind you. You see the door swing open, and a guy with a gnarled hook and equally gnarled smile begins walking towards you. As you see the other door, he's kind of like fumbling with it because you slammed it in his face, and he's like jiggling at the handle, clearly having an issue getting it open, and they're kind of wrestling as they're doing that. Kim, as you see all of these people look towards you, Eric gives you a look of like, son of a bitch, what? What do you do?
I will step aside and let Ogre approach.
Special
Throw the
delivery.
bomb.
Oh, yes, I say special delivery. Yes.
Alrighty, Ogre, what are you rolling with throwing the bomb?
It would be like finesse. And what's the devil's bargain?
Ooh, what is the devil's bargain? Let's see.
If you miss, it explodes your hand now.
I die, yes.
But I will say, because there's so many other men in this room, shit will get in the way that I'm going to... Obviously, this is a grenade. So let me be really clear. You're going to be rolling with risky position, but great effect because it's a freaking bomb.
Okay.
If you roll mixed, it's only going to affect Eric standard. Not great.
That's fine, I'll take it.
Can I give him an extra die because I probably frazzled this guy into standing still a little extra longer?
Sure, yeah. Like, did you like shout it like loudly, like you're trying to like, freak him out?
Considering we couldn't hear her over the mic, yes, she shouted it.
True.
Yes.
Sure.
I can only take one more,
But
so...
That's why I took the devil's bargain instead of pushing myself.
Yes.
Easy.
Easy game, baby.
Critical success. You killed literally the entire room and my room.
All right.
The whole building blows up. We all die.
No, only these middle 2 rooms
There were a number of crewmen in here, Ogre,
were.
being the key term there. Eric himself was in a decent position, but unfortunately for him, not the best position.
Is there such a thing as a best position when someone throws a bomb at you?
Behind a table or behind other meat shields, yeah, preferably. But unfortunately for Sir Eric, you hurl this shrapnel grenade. May I ask what shrapnel is in this grenade?
I feel like I would have done something really stupid and like found old messed up like hooks and stuff
Oh.
Yeah.
and just like broke them into pieces.
Oh, all right. Just a bunch of gnarled old metal as you huck this thing forward, Ogre. It just erupts. And the guy with the really long, jagged blade, who looks super intimidating, he doesn't really get his moment to shine. He might have had his tetanus shot, but it doesn't really matter too much when the entire right side of his body is just shredded by hunks of metal. You're able to kind of close the door or kind of angle it the right way so none of it hits you guys, but it just rips this, it just tears through this guy's skin. You don't even hear them scream. The other ones in the back, there's chairs and a table that gets flipped. One of them had a knife on the table that like gets hucked back as Eric goes to stand. He stands with such force, and the force of the bomb going off at the same time causes him to like whiff the knife, and it actually hurtles up and sticks him in the throat. As he goes to kind of grab at it, you see this guy just kind of fall back as he's also just peppered with gnarled metal. Eric himself attempts to kind of like block himself with this table, but the side of his body is just shredded. He is not dead, but you can just hear him scream, "You sons of bitches! I'll have your skin on my wall!" And he's currently hiding behind a table. Desmond, you hear a very large explosion go off. The Lost Crew looks incredibly shocked as they kind of look towards Ogre like, oh, that's what he's here for.
Who's the crazy old man? Don't worry.
I pull out my gun again.
All right. Everyone in there besides Eric is 100% dead, by the way. I'm going to remove general suspicion because they know you're here. So that's no longer a threat.
General suspicion.
Yeah, I know, right? This is more blue coat suspicion at this point. Jesus. All right. We got the Rovers. We got Desmond. You guys are looking at this hallway as this dude with the hook, he starts off kind of walking and he just books it into a full sprint running at you, Desmond. What do you do?
I'm just gonna hang back until he comes into view and then shoot together with my rover buddies.
Okay. You and the Rovers ready your aim. I'm going to say with their assistance. This guy, you're waiting for like the last second.
Let's say until he's like the top of the stairs so he can't dodge.
Perfect. He's not only not trying to dodge, he's jumping at you. He's going to leap from the top of the stairs and try to jump on top of you with this hook. So I am going to say, because you have the Rovers, whatever you roll, you'll be in a desperate position because this boy is coming hard for you. But we'll bring it up to a great effect because the Rovers are behind you. They are backing you up. So your roll is going to encompass their roll.
Oh, is it a hunt roll at this point, though? Or can I still do finesse?
Because it's so close, I will say finesse is still fine. If he was further away, I would say hunt. Because you specified you're waiting for him to get close.
Okay.
Yeah, you can still do finesse.
You know what? I need to give myself some more stress, so I'm going to push myself. Well, I definitely needed that one.
Indeed, you very much did. So this outcome is 100% harm. He is going to cut you, Desmond. He hurtles through the air with a gnarled smile on his face. I will say, as you guys just like, you light him up. We're not trying to be quiet at all now. The one Rover behind you that has a gun, he fires in unison with you. You kind of give him a look of like, we're waiting until he gets there. Yeah. As he's jumping, you shoot him out of the air. The Rover hits him in the side, and he kind of like winces, but he holds the blade up. And as it's coming down, you wait to the last second, Desmond, and you sink a shot right between his eyes. Unfortunately, he was able to drag the blade down, and it's going to be 2 harm.
Okay.
If you wish to resist that, you can. Otherwise, it's just 2.
You know, I'll just take it.
He's going to come down, and he's basically just using his weight. He probably knows he's dead as he's jumping towards you guys. No. But he's going to use his weight to just drive this hook.
Let him.
Just in.
He jumps on me, I'm going to slam him behind me into the wall, basically.
Yeah, he was going for your throat, but you're actually able to kind of like, after you fire, you're able to, like, do you catch him as he's coming towards you?
Basically, yeah. Try to, like, sling him over my shoulder.
Nice, yeah. Your gun's small enough, you can easily do this. He hooks, his hook into your shoulder. It sticks in deep. He gets the cut like right in. He starts like wriggling the stick after you like nail him down. He kind of like goes dead-eyed, and you just slam him into the wall as you move off to the side. But the side effectively is still stuck into your shoulder. And the Rover's kind of looking at you like, damn, good shot.
At that point, I'll just like take a step back because there's 2 more coming.
Indeed, there are 2 more coming. So they start moving forward. One of them is kind of holding his side as he's clearly bleeding out, holding this. It looks like a butcher knife, but it's a gnarled in a weird way that's probably cut through bone a few too many times and hasn't been sharpened nearly enough as it should be. And he's kind of like waddling down the stairs. The Rover's trying to reload his gun and realizes he doesn't have time to do so. So he pulls out his blade. The other Rovers get their blades ready. And I'm going to cut back to him and Ogre. With the door closed and Eric screaming his declaration of war, what do you 2 do?
The only one in there?
Eric is the only one in there. Everyone else is dead.
Open up the door, throw a knife?
Okay, you open the door, throw a knife, and it sticks on the table.
Need some help down here.
Are you calling for the crew? Are you calling for a certain someone?
just in general, I could use some help down here.
Well, okay. I see the table, so I guess I'll go help Desmond.
I mean, Ogre has a anti-table rifle.
Ooh, that is a good point.
Want me to shoot him through the table with my last bullet?
It's Eric.
I mean, I could maybe one day eventually make more.
All right.
I mean, if you want, you can send Ogre downstairs and he can, like, do a firing line on these two guys running down the stairs in a perfect line.
I was thinking that too.
You're going for the boys on the left?
Yeah. I'll
Dubbo.
run down and Dubbo. No, not Tekken.
Lucky Chloe arrives to kill everyone.
Hey, Ogre, if you shoot directly west from here, you'll kill one.
Do you actually tell me to just shoot
No,
straight west? Because I will try to shoot them through the wall.
definitely not. I mean, if anything, I'll make sure that the rovers keep them on the stairs, basically, in the hallway, so that Ogre can line up his shot.
All right, seeing how brave you are, the rovers do indeed move forward to meet this crew face to face as the guy with the machete comes in first, and then the guy behind, you can't really see this, Desmond, but he's dueling knives basically right behind this dude. He's just like, get him. Like they're moving, they're pissed. They heard an explosion go off, they hear screaming, they heard Eric say something, they don't know what. There's some shit going down, and it's happening quick. So Ogre, are you moving over to help?
Yeah, I'll try to line up a shot on both of them.
Okay. Can I use that as a setup action?
You very much can. What would you like to roll for that?
Consort? Does it work? Is it more of a command roll, I guess?
Command makes more sense. We're in combat. We need this done like now.
Let's hope this isn't terrible.
I believe.
Nah.
I shouldn't have believed. All right, this is a setup for the rovers and ogres specifically.
Wait, what even happens if I fail a setup?
Basically, whenever you do anything with someone else, you're included in whatever the downfall is.
I guess the rovers get in the way a bit.
Yeah, basically, maybe they misunderstand what you're trying to say. They can't hear you over the sound of a hook in your shoulder, I guess. And they get they get slightly confused, and maybe they rush too far forward. Maybe they're like, oh, move in, and they move in too far, so you can't get the shot as easily as you wanted, Ogre. And one of them tries to meet up with this crew, and he kind of like catches the blade as it comes down, and they're kind of wrestling with this guy, and you just see one of your rovers wrestling this dude with a blade. They both have bladed weapons. They're like hitting each other against walls and whatnot. It's real sloppy. Someone's probably going to die here. Ogre, as you see that, what do you do?
Well, I mean, if someone's probably going to die here, why not make all three of them die?
Two of them.
What do you mean? Just shoot the other two through the rover.
I don't know if that encourages loyalty.
I don't know what you're talking about. How many rovers do we have here?
Probably a total of 3 at this current location.
I can technically use my special armor on a rover, right?
You can. They're an ally.
Yeah, so even if it goes wrong, I can protect one of them. It's fine.
So what you're telling me is line up the shot anyways?
Yes.
Well, I will try to line it up and go for the shot.
All right, so Ogre, you're basically moving behind the rovers and shooting up the hallway to hit both guys?
Yep.
That is spicy as shit. Okay, you know what? I was going to cut to Kim, but I want to see this. What are you rolling, good sir?
Please don't roll all once and kill our entire rover crew.
Hunt makes sense because Hunt is shoot.
Yeah, I'll just go for that. What's the devil's bargain, though?
What's the devil's bargain?
If you fail, you'll kill all your rovers.
These are acceptable losses.
Let's see. A mixed success. I will say the cast off from. Oh yeah. Okay. I'll say after you fire this, the cast off from this is going to draw paranormal attention to our current location. Do you accept?
I kind of have to take it. I only have a 2 in Hunt.
Oh, okay.
And I want to do it, so
I want to see you do it. Obviously, effect is it's extreme effects, which you can't even select. It's just too great. Your position is risky because risky, but it's less your harm. It's more so their harm. So yeah,
this is fine.
Yeah,
these are acceptable losses. Oh well, we're getting some ghosty boys. At least it's not failure.
At least it's not failure. Okay, so only one rover gets in the way.
Gets blasted.
I will indeed say the downside to this will be you are going to kill this rover. If you wish to use your armor, Desmond, you can stop that. Yes. Okay, excellent. So go ahead and mark that.
Yell at him to get down.
All right. This time, he very clearly hears your orders, and this rover is able to, without even seeing what's happening behind him, he's like, okay, he just dives off to the side really quick, and the guy with the machete kind of just leans forward, and as he's, hucking the blade forward, he meets eye down the barrel of Ogre's rifle, and you can just kind of see him lip, oh shit, as it fires, and this particle beam of just death just tears through this guy's face, just leaving a hole where his face once was, shooting through him and blasting through the individual behind him, leaving a line from his mid-stomach up to the upper part of his chest as he kind of just basically slides down the laser, and it just finishes, searing the back wall, and both of them fall instantly dead in front of you next to your rovers. And Ogre, you feel a chill run down your spine.
This is fine.
All right, Kim, we are rewinding like a minute or so. You threw a knife. You heard Ogre start to run down the stairs. What do you do?
I look to the Lost Crew. You guys ready?
They nod.
In we go. I guess I will want to maybe duck behind some chairs, see if he has a gun.
You go to sort of duck behind something, and you just hear heavy breathing, but it's less pain and more maniacal. He doesn't draw a weapon, but you can hear the telltale like shimmer of metal. He's like almost like sharpening it against itself. And you can hear just like a
Hey, Eric, stop hiding.
You hear a few sharp breaths. You can tell he's shaking due to some of the blood loss. And he says, "You've come to meet me face to face now?"
Yeah, I thought you wanted my skin.
As he stands, you can see that some of his clothes were blown away, and he's wearing some form of like thicker leather armor. So most of the harm is done to his face. You just see like gnarled hunks of metal and hooks just stuck in him. His bottom lip is like hanging on his face as he just stares at you, just covered in blood, eyes full of rage. He's drawn 2 bladed weapons. One looks like a strange hooked axe, and the other one's like a serrated saw. At that, he just kind of gives you a smile and he starts charging at you, Kim, completely ignoring you, the crew.
Perfect. Throw a dagger at his crotch?
Okay. The obvious outcome to this is he's trying to hurt you, so roll it up.
Roll it up.
This is going to strike. It'll do 2 pips of harm, but he is on you fast, quick as a whip. He just jets off in his bloody rage. He swings the axe, but you're able to very quickly duck under as you hurl one of these blades as they whoop, 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 it just sticks right into his sausage, and he just howls in pain. And as he does, he kind of whips the serrated blade and he drags it down as quickly as he possibly can, and it just cuts into your arm and on your shoulder. It like you can feel it like bounce off the bone. It's not sharp enough, so he cuts deep, but it's not long. You are bleeding profusely, though, from your arm. And I'll give you a level 2 harm. If you want to resist it, you can.
Nope.
All right, as he cuts into you, the Lost Crew begins to move around him, kind of looking for cue of like, all right, they're ready to attack, they're ready to assist. You moved quicker than they're used to, but their blades are ready. Eric is focused on you, Kim. He is on his last, like, he's not even looking at his severed pepperonis. He's just looking at you ready to go.
Eyeball on the Lost Crew to hurry up and stab him.
All right, do you want them to act alone? Or are you acting in conjunction with them?
Can I stab again?
Very much, yeah, very much so.
Sure, I'll pull out another knife and go for his throat.
I'll put you in a desperate position this time.
Desperito.
Yep, standard effect. All right,
Burrito.
Oh my god. So with this, Kim, you are going to fell Sir Eric. Paint me a gory word picture.
All right, well, I'm probably shorter than him, so as he's raking down my one arm, I pull out a knife with the other and just stab up.
Oh, like under his chin?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Do you mind if I add a little bit to this spicy pizza?
Absolutely, you're better at it than me.
All right, he swings his blade again, and he double hands the serrated one. It looks as if he's trying to chop you in half. He's going for like your head, just nave to chops. He's going all the way down. And as he does, you're able to like twirl around the blade. You slip around him, as you said, shoving one of your knives up under his chin, just locking his jaw shut. And you just hear this like gurgle as you kind of tilt that. But on the way out, you grab onto the knife again that is lodged firmly into his John, and you just drag that bad boy up, pulling it out, further gutting Eric as the Lost Crew, they kind of assist you from behind. Maybe they're like holding the back of his jacket so he didn't fully like get to you with this blade. And you're able to kind of basically do a really nice spin around, stab, slash, and then you move around and he just falls, just gutted to the floor, just like gurgling. And Eric is no more. The Lost Crew look incredibly impressed with you.
Yes, I'm keeping my skin today.
Yes, you keep your skin today. And
High five, guys.
they give you a look of like, holy shit. They quickly look around and they see if anyone else is still alive. Everyone is very clearly dead. They are shredded to pieces. They kind of start looking around his office. Kim, at this point, as you're finishing off Eric, you hear this like this like space laser go off in the other room. This doesn't even make any sense, but you've heard the sound before, so it's not too weird. The Lost Crew look at you like, what was that noise?
That was Ogre's gun. Don't worry. Let's go sweep the rest of the house.
You get a look of, guns don't sound like that.
This one does.
That's not a gun.
Don't question a guy that just made a bomb and threw it in a group.
That's not a gun. As they begin to look around here, we're getting kind of something no es bueno is starting to build in this room, and you can kind of feel it too, Kim. As you start walking down the Lost, they kind of pause for a second too, looking around like, did I hear something talk? And they're kind of muttering to themselves. The Rovers are doing the same. One of them is clutching their chest like, oh my God. And they're looking at you, Desmond, like, thumbs up. Thank you for telling me to move. Holy shit.
I'm going to pause downstairs. Ogre, what did you do?
I shot.
No, not that.
Huh?
Is that a demon I said?
Yeah, maybe.
Ogre!
The two
I didn't do it.
Stop doing that.
As you ask that, Kim, you see Ogre's shadow flicker like fire.
Um,
And it flickers again and begins to grow along the back wall behind him.
Everyone outside now.
They begin to oblige. The Lost Crew seems, well, slightly lost. Desmond, you're right next to the door. Do you just head outside?
Yeah.
As you head outside, we'll say like two of the Rovers follow you. The
When it comes to like ghosts and stuff, I believe Ogre and Kim. Because
Fair
I
enough.
have no experience with this shit.
one follows you out, two follow you out, but the one that was shocked is, well, still kind of in a state of like, oh. And Kim, as you kind of move down the stairs at the Lost Crew, are just as shocked, but they're starting to move out. And as they do, the door slams behind Desmond and the other two Rovers. The shock one is kind of shuffling towards this would-be open door that slams, and he grabs onto the knob, and it burns his hand. He goes, ow, shit.
Can I yank him over to the Lost Crew?
Yeah, he's looking at his hand, and it didn't like, his skin is red, but not like bubbling. So it's not like a third-degree burn, but like it burned his hand. He's looking at like, how? And you're able to pull him back really quick, and you see this gyrating shadow behind Ogre begin to grow and grow. And now that you're looking at alongside the wall, Kim, you can see that some strange appendage has like stretched across from where Ogre is, and you can see it's firmly holding on to the door.
I'm gonna try to run away from my shadow.
Okay. As you begin to run away from your shadow, it only begins to grow and spill out along this wall. And Kim,
Are you going upstairs?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
I'm just trying to run around and just scream.
all right, as you begin to scream and run around, the Lost Crew are looking around like, is this normal?
Ogre, seriously!
Along
Desmond is likely panicking right now.
there was some light in this building, Desmond, and you see it begin to like slowly flicker out. And as it does, inside you guys can still see light, but it looks as if this like inky shadow is covering up the windows and the walls, and it's almost completely covered the door by this point. Looking into this corner, you can see something beginning to push out of the shadow. You see various slits that begin to like wriggle and writhe, and as they open, eyes begin to appear. This like viscous fluid is leaking out of the slit before it opens and reveals itself. And it almost moves like a pair of lips that just like writhes and wriggles. They're not human eyes. Some of them have the horizontal slit similar to a goat. Others are too beady. Others are just pure black and just odd looking. Some are human, but they're full of fear and anger. And they're looking around the room.
I want to use my ghost voice. Why are you here?
As you gaze up at this being, you almost see like ripples in waves. It begins to push itself off the wall. If you're focused a bit, it almost looks as if there's like covered in like a thick, matted hair. And you sort of hear a voice echo throughout the room. The Rovers and the Lost Crew are staying behind you, Kim, as you sort of assert yourself and step forward. A booming voice rings out.
A growing pain. Forced to feel everything.
What kind of pain?
It doesn't answer, but a wave of emotion washes out from the corner of the room, beginning to further and further encapsulate the area in which we stand. You don't suffer this pain, but it almost conveys it to you in an emotion. And it's suffering, it's torture, it's cutting, skinning, burning, everything. the most debaucherous shit you could possibly imagine.
Okay, is this ghost or demon?
You're leaning more towards an amalgamation of ghost.
Okay, that makes sense. Probably all the victims.
As you think that, the eyes begin to clear up a bit. They're not quite as animal and wild. You see a desperation in them.
We just destroyed half the blue, what are they with?
The bill hooks?
Okay.
The bill hooks? We just
The
destroyed half the blue hooks.
The hill
The
books.
bill hooks.
Blue bill.
Bill hooks.
The blue bills.
Blue bills.
Bulls.
The bubba hubba bubba bubba. Sorry, I'm peeing myself. It's hard to talk.
I can't end your pain, but I can take revenge for you.
They hear revenge, and you feel a shuddering. You feel joy, exultation, and just,
Yes. You avenge us.
Yes. We fully intend to take out the other half soon.
the arms writhe along the walls, and you can almost feel them searching the area. As they do, you hear a thumping, and thumping behind you, then another thump. And the lost crew moves fully down the stairs as you see the corpse of Eric being dragged down the stairs, one step at a time, his skull thunking on every single stone step. And it stops as this force, seemingly done with him.
You did this.
That's right. I had help.
Silence as the shadow begins to slowly recede back into this corner. And it grows smaller and smaller, the long arms shrinking and pulling back to this epicenter, this spot here. And you notice it was kind of like shoved behind various bits of furniture. You guys kind of did a number in this room. And you hear it speak again, and it's less words and more just pure satisfaction.
Good.
Finally, rest, silence. And it continues to recede as Eric's corpse lies still. Light begins to return to the room, and the shadows vanish. All the eyes close, and it's silent in here again.
Desmond
Be
is
that
just
a
banging on the wall from the outside. Or the
huge
door,
sigh of
rather.
relief.
You guys couldn't hear Desmond banging at all, but now suddenly, the second the shadow leaves, you hear like him in the middle of like hitting the door.
I will jump and then yank the door open.
All right, you're able to. Doesn't burn your hand, and you see Desmond standing there.
I'm still banging the door, so I bang Kim in the head.
Oh, jeez, it's all right.
What happened in there?
It was the angry victims.
What, of
They
the
would-
billhooks?
Yeah, they were happy that Eric's dead.
No. Well, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah, they kind of communicated to me how horrible they felt. We're definitely killing the other one, if there was any question about it before.
Oh, there wasn't. We're definitely kidding them.
Yeah.
I run all the way back to our hideout, screaming the whole time.
Wait, why?
I
You
hate
get-
this.
Why was I the brave one in that situation? You're the one who likes ghosts.
I mean, you're
It
the
came
only one
out
that
of
can
my
talk to them.
shadow.
That's fair. All right. Well, I guess I'll make sure the lost crew get home.
All right, they seem a little scuffed up, but none of them are dead. You didn't lose a single one. Good job.
That was the goal. It's not good to lose people.
Yeah, they're a little shaken up. They're aware you guys didn't do the whole what the shit was that. They're completely aware that was them, but they very much give you a look of like, yep, that this tracks. That was horrifying, but this tracks.
See, if Desmond wasn't already bald, he would be losing hair right now.
You want some of mine? I'm probably going to lose some soon.
Yeah. The
All
more
right.
concerning thing is, there's still a hook in my shoulder right now. How rusty is this thing?
Oh, dear.
It doesn't look good.
Desmond is very paranoid about the potential of having, what's it called, lockjaw?
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah,
Can I also have the lost crew help tie up my arm?
of course. Yes, they do what they can to stop the immediate bleeding of both Kim and Desmond. And as you guys head out,
Tell our doctor, what is her name again?
Daphnia.
So are we going to tell Daphnia that we killed for these wounds, or she
I
won't like it?
mean, this is clearly a self-defense, so...
Is it? We went out of our way to execute these guys.
I mean, we're...
On the flip side, if we tell her that it's the bill hook, she probably won't mind too much, because the bill
Yeah,
hooks are terrible.
It's in self-defense of all the people they murdered, aka that amalgamation of terrified ghosts.
So do you want to tell her that, or are we just going to keep quiet?
Let's tell her only if she asks.
And moving back, you guys are able to return the Lost Boys back to their location. Like I said, they're now considered associates.
Peter Pan.
So they're +1. The billhooks, I have them at -2 now because you guys did some pretty heinous shit there. Do we leave any chicken bones or knives or...
You kidding? I'm definitely leaving knives behind.
Plenty of knives hidden.
So
right
yeah,
there.
I'm about to say, are you retrieving any of the knives, Kim? Or are you just leaving them?
No, I'm leaving them.
Okay, so there's like 3 dick knives?
Definitely one.
There's 2 for sure, because there's the
There's
first
one
guy I
in the
took
box
down,
as well.
and then Eric.
I'm sure an errant knife landed on someone's weasel, so yeah, probably.
You're just gonna keep on going with new words,
I mean,
aren't you?
that's 2 more than I'd like, so I'm
At least 2,
uncomfortable.
maybe 3.
All right, well, our reward with that is indeed more turf. If you guys want to make it a tavern, we can definitely do that, which gives you +1 consort and sway at the tavern.
Because we use a lot of sway. Oh, at the tavern.
At the tavern,
Yeah, on site. But that's
But-
fine because we are working here anyway. We can bring people here.
Well, let's hit that payoff. They were technically a tier lower than you guys, so we'll gain 1 rep from that. In terms of coin, obviously the payout itself is the turf, but they probably had some coin on them. I'll roll 3 because it was a main base. I rolled a 6. Success. We'll say that is 8.
Oh, nice.
So 8 coin split between the 3 of you. If you guys want to put 2 on each of you, I can put 2 in the clan. How's that sound?
Sure.
Okay, I'll put 2 in the vault, and then each of you go ahead and add 2 yourselves. Heat. Well, what do y'all think about that?
Well, we're going to get 2 from the bomb, which you've already added, and there's a lot of explosions and a massive laser we just fired here. So
Yeah, so
probably a lot. Also, there was a ghost.
loud and chaotic. High exposure is 4 heat. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't think I can get rid of half that.
If killing was involved, that's even more. So that's 2 more,
Uh-oh.
which
Uh-oh.
technically puts our wanted level at 1. How do you make it go to 1?
Who's it wanted by? The billhooks or the blue coats?
Blue coats. All wanted means is there's 1 extra die added for engagement rolls. Entanglement, sorry. So technically,
Realistically, that should also mean we get a bunch of rep, right?
it's only 1 rep because they were lower than you, but because they were an actual base, I'll do the full 2. And then we'll do entanglement. So it's either rivals or the unquiet dead. Rivals is someone threatens you, a contact, one of your vice purveyors, forfeit 1 rep or coin per tier of the rival, or stand up to them and lose a status. I'm going to say that one. Yeah, I'm going to override just because unquiet dead means ghosts are coming for you, and there's already 1 coming for you. That's going to be really bad if there's like 3 ghosts coming for you. I'll let you guys
I mean,
choose.
we just killed like half the billhook, so it makes sense that the other half is now suddenly after our ass.
Yeah, rivals makes more sense. You guys want to forfeit a rep or a coin?
Give him a coin. It doesn't really matter. I think
can
rep's
give him a
more
coin.
valuable than coin.
Yeah.
It is. So we'll do that. That wasn't that bad. Now we're on downtime. So I'll go ahead and roll for our scavenging. That should be 3 pips. And then I'll roll for the eggs. Be 2 pips, which fills it up. 1 more gold from the eggs. So, do you guys want 2 gold from scavenging, or do you guys want something that is like material related? I'll say for you, Ogre, I can add 2 pips to your Lich train thing. It can be pieces or something they found. Do you want that?
Probably, yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of need for gold right now.
Train Lich, I forgot about that.
Yes. All right. Well, we'll say that they found something that basically enabled you to find and research a little quicker on your whole train thing. All right. So I rolled everything I need to roll. Rolled scavenging, rolled eggs. Tier roll minus heat equals coin and downtime. So our tier roll is 2. Minus heat is 1. So I rolled a 4. So 4 minus 1 is 3 coin. So 3 more coin to the vault. Our vault is almost full.
So we can spend some gold on our downtime.
You very much can. So now the question, let's see, who do we start with? All right, well, you all need to de-stress, so...
I'm 2 off from another trauma.
You're
I'm
both
also
2 off.
2 off.
Yeah, so I'm
Doesn't
just
matter
taking
then.
both of you. It's going to be yet another double date situation, I guess. So, where do you want to go, Kim?
I want to go to an art viewing.
With an open buffet.
Yes.
And a gambling den.
With an open buffet. I mean, as long as I get my high quality food, I'm fine. Need my
Yes.
hors d'oeuvres.
we know where to go.
It's
The art
fine.
museum
We can
will-
find something.
Definitely have high quality.
All right, well, we'll do Desmond and Kim.
Desmond knows this high quality hen fighting ring where you can eat the hens that lose.
Aw.
Oh no.
Alrighty, we'll do Desmond and Kim first.
I'm going to reduce it by 3.
All right, you roll the 1, so you can reduce it by 1 plus 2, so 3.
Not terrible, not great.
Ogre, yours would be resolve. So you can reduce 4. And Ogre, you can reduce up to 7.
I
Roll
can
a
get all of
5.
it gone.
And
Excellent.
that's 2 of mine, and I'm going to use my freebie to heal myself. I mean, does she end up staying with us?
There will be a discussion with that. I'll have you guys roll for that in a second. So while she's healing you guys up, she's basically ignoring your guys' story, just nodding along. But like maybe she's being a little extra rough as she's like stitching your wounds closed and trying to clean them out. And anytime you can complain, she just doesn't say anything. She just gives you a quick slap somewhere, like on your back or your arm or something, very angrily. That she's still wounding, de-wounding you, I guess. Kim, you took damage too? Yes, you did. Okay. Are you going to use yours to heal?
Yeah.
Okay. That will also be 3. Critical success. Okay, that cures 5. So you do all 4, and you get 1 more. The shoulder wound will go to Spit Shoulder.
Is it gonna scar, Doctor?
As you ask that, she kind of just gives you a very like smile, like hopefully yes.
Damn.
All right. If you want to heal again, Desmond, obviously you can with money. Up to you.
Or I could increase the effect, right?
Yes, you can pay 1 gold to increase the effect, which will bring it down to 1 tier. Yeah, you want that?
It's probably best if I just pay 1 to roll again and reduce the gold by 1.
You also have a stitch shoulder. I don't like shoulders, apparently. You have 1 downtime
1.
activity. Ogre, what would you want to do?
I guess I can work on the train lich.
Sure. Roll me some of that tinker. All right, there should be 2 more pips. So halfway there to enlightenment. All right, Kim and Desmond. Choose a stat, sway, fan, consort, whatever, to basically not convince Daphne to not leave. She doesn't take damage because she's not that kind of unit. I'm gonna lower her HP basically by how much we fail. And when she's dead, she'll leave. So success, I'm only gonna lower it by 1. So for reference, it goes no harm, weakened, impaired, broken, dead. If she hits dead, she'll leave. So I'm gonna leave her weakened. So she's kind of angry, but the 2 of you together are able to kind of convince her, like, she understands why you guys did it. She doesn't like that you guys did it, but she understands why. And
well, that means she's gonna be real pissed off if we get hurt for the next place.
Basically just like let her vent.
We definitely will get hurt for the next fight.
And if you guys get like horribly hurt next time, she either will refuse to heal you or it'll go down faster. Her anger. She probably won't refuse to heal you though, because that goes against her like doctrine. So that most likely won't be happening. But she's not very happy. We'll say that. But she very much understands why you guys did it. She doesn't want to know the details. We'll say you guys were able to soften the edges a bit. So it's like, listen, we got into an altercation with, you know how bad they are. And they're like, yeah, fine. So it was kind of one of those. Like, don't tell me the details. I get it. They're brutal. You guys aren't like covered in gore. Maybe you guys clean up a bit before you arrived. So it doesn't.
I definitely did. Please.
Yeah.
Came in waving hello with a hook in my arm.
I know, right?
We have a lot of gold in our vault, which I don't want there. So I would say everyone take 2 gold and do with it what you please. You know what? I'm going to use 1 gold to heal again.
Ooh, okay. But
definitely not.
1 pip.
I'll use another gold to heal.
Okay. You're paying her overtime.
Basically.
There we go. All right. So that's 3 pips. So 1, 2, then boop. And no more stitch shoulder. You are good.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to use 2 gold to do more. So I use 1 gold to roll on it.
Right, 1 gold, yeah. And then go ahead and roll your chat stat.
You might have also had some gold in your thingy, by the way, already. So you should probably have 4.
That's 2.
And then I'm going to use another gold. I want to de-stress some more. 4 is a little excessive to start off next campaign.
Don't overindulge though.
And so don't overindulge.
If I risk it, that's fine.
All right. So that roll insight or prowess.
That's
overindulge.
I overindulged.
You overindulged. Okay. So no stress for you. Congratulations. Let's go to the table we haven't seen in quite some time. Okay. Overindulge. A couple things can happen. You either attract trouble, you can brag and gain heat, or you can be cut off by the purveyor that you chose to go to.
Yeah, I'm thinking reckless would equal bragging.
We'll add 2 heat. 3 heat's not awful. We did a weird combination of sabotage and also big explodey, so that one's kind of confusing. Contend with a challenge above your current station. I'd say going for the boss is above your station. You did bolster your reputation, and you also developed a new one. So we'll mark that, and we expressed our goals trying to make our train go more chugga-chugga. So I'll do 2 on that one. We'll start with Ogre for general experience. So usual questions. Knowledge or arcane power?
If the gun counts as arcane power, then maybe, but besides that, no.
I'd say probably not, yeah. Beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
A bit.
Yeah, that's a little bit. Did you struggle with vice or trauma at all?
Kind of at the end, but didn't really cause anything.
I want to say haunted. You ran away rather than helping. Yeah, that could have potentially been hazardous. So I'll say 2 plus the 1 bonus. 1 should be 3. Desmond, calculation or conspiracy?
I would hope so, yes.
Indeed. Believe, strife, heritage.
I mean, drives, I guess, in this case.
Yeah. Did you struggle with vicing or any of that nonsense?
Yes. I specifically went loud because I didn't trust Kim in this case.
Indeed. So 3 plus the bonus 1 should be 4. And then Miss Kim Possible, deception or influence?
I don't think there's any deception, but I influenced the go.
I say so. Belief, strives, heritage, background?
No.
All right. And then trauma or vice or any of that nonsense?
What do you mean you
Trauma
didn't do beliefs?
multiple times. What do you mean? What counts as my beliefs? My crotch stabs? Oh, I guess
No,
I did
you-
do lots of
God.
that.
No, you want to help the lost ones, right?
Oh, that is true.
The beginning of the session also,
Specifically,
yeah.
to help
bi-
the downtrodden and stuff like that.
The beginning of the session also does count, so yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
3 and then the bonus 4.
I didn't take those into account either. I might have done one more challenging or calculation with conspiracy.
Sure, you can have one more.
That would actually put me over the edge.
Excellent.
I think I just put it in wreck then, and just have like, I am a very big boy. I can probably wreck some shit.
Honestly, wreck makes a lot of sense for you. Wreck makes a ton of sense for you. Like, if you were to like kick a door down or doing anything big, that's very Desmond. Yeah. All right. With that, we've come to the end with experience, leveling, egging, and scavenging. We're closer to our train lich.
Did Kim want me to help her with her train permit, by the way?
Yeah, why not?
Nice. That's 3
Yes,
bits.
success.
All right. So we are 2 very large steps closer to finishing off our train permit. I will say once this one is done, we'll able to completely erect our train over in Brightstone, I believe it is. We'll have 3 total. And then after we get the new area constructed, that will be 4 total that we have finished. Plus an actual real life, honest to God, whatever gods remain, train permit. It's going to be
One
spicy.
of its kind.